What's up, guys? Happy Gravy Day. Past the
Happy Gravy Day.
Episode 385 with Alex, Pat, and Bobby Jokes. And I believe, if I'm doing my math correctly, that we only have 2 more podcasts before the 7th annual Past the Gravy Podcast Christmas Spooktacular going down at Southern Star Brewing Company. Saturday, December 19th. It's an afternoon one. I think we're going on at about 1:30. Join us, if you will. It'll be a lot of fun. We got bands. We got all kinds of stuff. We got Santa coming, but we will talk about that later in the podcast. It's just good to be back. I had last week off, and we still did the podcast. So we were in, I think Pat and I were both in remote locations. And now we're back. Things are back to normal. So we got a good podcast for you now. Not that we didn't last week, but I had some connection issues and it was really pissing me off. So I'm glad that we don't have that. So I will be happier, most likely, during this podcast. Let's start with the pre-cum segment, the pre-comeback kid segment, where we bring our own thoughts. Does anybody have anything that they brought to the table that, like, you guys want to start us with?
No, every week I try and think of one at the last second because I forget, and nope.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, here's one. Why does my brain suck so bad that I can't ever contribute? That's one that we can discuss.
Not a bad one. Not a bad one. I had a couple of thoughts that I had come up with over the last week or so that I thought, this is basically our answers segment where we just ask our own questions. And why don't I start off with the first one that I came up with is a dryer lint the cleanest trash? Like the lint you get out of the dryer, that's got to be the cleanest trash, right?
Definitely. And it smells good.
It smells wonderful.
Like, and honestly, you should just throw that in your trash and leave it there to make your trash smell better.
Isn't the cleanest trash like an empty hand sanitizer bottle?
Okay, that's a good point.
Ah, shit.
Or like...
Yeah, because
that is
cleaner.
Clean.
Mm-hmm.
The inside of like a wet wipes or like the
like
Clorox wipes, because like it's all Cloroxed, so it's already clean if it's closed when you throw it away. But like dryer lint's probably some of the cleanest laundry or cleanest.
You know what?
Trash.
I think you're right. It is the Clorox and not the hand sanitizer bottle, because usually people, when they're grabbing the hand sanitizer on the outside, is when their hands are dirty in some way. So the outside, it's still going to be dirty. The Clorox one, you're just wiping down stuff. That doesn't mean necessarily your hands are dirty. So I think the Clorox wipes is actually going to be cleaner than the sanitizer bottle.
Yeah.
I like that answer.
That's a good. Okay. See, it's just like, it's an embrace debate kind of discussion that we have here on the pod. And I appreciate you guys for hearing me out. I got another one though. And this one I was really kind of racking my brain with earlier this week. Do you think more pockets that exist like in this world have gone used or unused? Like, I know you got, like, I use my pockets in my pants every single day. I use 2, sometimes 3. But like, I think the majority of pockets probably haven't been used. If you think about it, whether it be clothes that are thrown away, whether it be, just like clothes that are sitting in a landfill that may not have ever been used, whether it be like, and we're including shirt pockets, jacket pockets, because a lot of times you have like that jacket pocket, you're never going to use it. Like a lot of jackets have like 18 pockets on it. You're probably only going to use 1 or 2 of those pockets. I feel like more pockets don't get used than do get used.
I'm going to disagree, because you got to think only recently did, like, even if you think about just pants, like skinny jeans, fairly recently did that become a thing where like those kind of pants are so tight you cannot use the pockets. And if you think about it, anytime you stick a hand into a pocket, bam, it's been used. Right there. If it's just to put your hand in anything like that. I use all 4 of my pockets every day.
A pocket being used is like you put something in the pocket, not just your
hand.
You put your hand in there. I got to agree with Pat on this one.
Because you can't just like leave your hand in your pocket. Like you have to be able to like set it in there, then come back to it. You can't really do it with your hand.
Oh, think about it. If your hand is cold and you just put it in your pocket real quick, bam, you're using your pocket to warm your hand. Or if you don't want to sit there with your arms dangling, you just droop the thumb into the side of the pocket to rest your arm a little bit. Bam, that's using your pocket.
But what about
That's
those
all
like
using your pocket.
those T-shirts with like those pocket shirts?
Bam. I do this all the time at work with mine. Just drop the phone right in there.
I don't think
When I don't
most
want to have
people
to
do
go in and
that.
out. Yeah, well, most people aren't as smart as me. It's just a
So
fact.
that would lower the numbers. Man, there are a lot of interceptions in this Steelers game.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I was like, this is a turnover fest right now.
Which is great for everybody listening back when this game is over. But we will try to have as little interruption based on the game as possible. But
But
we
yeah,
are
like in
recording this
history,
during Wednesday afternoon football.
and like I said, only in the last 60, 70 years have pockets really been like fashionized to where they're just thrown on there to be thrown onto clothing. So you got to think about all in history. When a pocket was put there, it was put there for a reason. Plus, even in the time that it's been used for fashion, there's just working class people were like, you got to use your goddamn pockets. For every jacket that has 19 pockets on it that don't get used, there's 8 million pairs of jeans where you're using all 4 of your pockets every day.
All right, you might have swayed me, but that's why we got to ask these questions. We got to ask the hard-hitting questions because, if one person's thinking it, I'm sure another person is thinking it, and we're gonna get to the bottom of these things, just like we do with your questions later on. Which, by the way, people forget that there is a Gravies Award at the end of the year for Best Answers Questions Asker. I believe Danielle Weston is the defending champion. She's definitely going to be up for defending her title. I think I wanted to mention, before I forget it, nominees for the Gravies are going to be announced next week. That way you can have a whole extra week to make your plans for how you're going to make it to the Spooktacular. Moving on, though, let's get into the Comeback Kid segment where we kind of just shoehorn in what we feel like, and we say it's back in the news. It might be back in the news, but it might just be something we want to talk about again. We're going to start that segment right now.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
The first Comeback Kid we got this week is anniversaries.
Yeah, I slipped that in there a minute ago.
Anniversaries, because it is Pat's 3rd year.
Yesterday was 3 years to the day, not only of me joining Twitter, but that means it was 3 years to the day of me joining officially Pass the Gravy. Because we signed me up for Twitter before we recorded our first podcast.
You're right, because that was what Chris was on his way out, right? I think we were watching the conference championship games, and we had been drinking, and then Chris showed up and was like, "What the fuck are y'all doing?"
Yeah.
Technically, the Pat era didn't officially start until the first January episode. That was January 2nd or 3rd. Your first episode was yesterday.
Oh, that's right.
And technically, your first episode was
the Spooktacular,
the
but
Spooktacular one. Yeah.
I did a segment or two. I think I didn't do the whole thing, but I think once I got on, I kind of stayed on.
Yeah,
but it wasn't a full
one.
one.
Pretty good.
It wasn't a full one though, but I'm counting yesterday because it's very convenient.
No, that counts. That counts. Robert, you've done every live Spooktacular, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Have you been 5 years on this now?
No, I was thinking about this
4
too
years?
because when I saw Pat anniversary, I'm like, it has really been 3 years for Pat? I was in March 2017. So
Okay, so it's
going on 4.
4. Fuck. It's like we've known each other so long now.
Yeah, I know.
And Robert literally just started hey, can I come film y'all? And then it was, hey, you want to keep doing this? This is pretty cool having a video version of the podcast.
That sounds creepy the way hey, can I come film y'all?
Well, no, he was doing it for school credit and then just kind of trying to get some reps. And I was like, if you want to make a video version of my podcast, absolutely.
I like the way you guys look. Can I put it on film?
Don't worry about it. I'm not going to put it out anywhere. I'm just going to keep it.
This is just for me.
But yeah, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary, Pat.
Thank you. And thank you for talking me into getting on Twitter.
Dude, it's the most wonderful train wreck ever, isn't it?
It's so toxic. I love it.
It's so toxic. That's like you're the perfect person for Twitter. When you said you didn't have a Twitter, I was like, what? You would love it there. It's just evil. It's evil everywhere. And then dog pictures.
All the time. Yeah, and then pups, and
And it's got a little bit of everything. There's porn, there's puppies, it's all of it.
it's all good.
Porn, puppies, and politics. The big 3 Ps. That's what we call
People
it.
thought the
Triple P.
PPP loan was for businesses during the pandemic. No, it was for Twitter
What's good on
degeneracy.
Twitter. What's good on Twitter. But yeah, happy anniversary. To celebrate Pat's anniversary on Pass the Gravy, we're going to have a sale on passthegravy.merch.com. I think something's going on in the background at Pat's house. But we're going to have a sale on passthegravy.merch.com. It's actually not because of his anniversary. It's a extended Cyber Monday sale. We knew we would not be recording an episode, and we are too dumb to tell you that we're having a sale coming up. So we're doing it now, and it's an extended sale. It's going until December 6th. So through this Saturday, if you're listening, and you get 15% off, enter code CYBER at checkout, and you're going to get 15% off of our ugly Christmas sweaters, our face covers, our sweatshirts. We got new Pass the Gravy trucker hats. We got the dad hats still. All of that stuff and more. Go check it out, passthegravy.merch.com. 15% off when you use the promo code CYBER at checkout until December 6th. So through the 5th, it's going to be awesome if you ordered it right now. Go now. If you order it, you're going to definitely get your sweaters. Buy the Spooktacular. You can wear them up to Southern Star Brewing Company and rep your favorite podcast. And we're going to, if you're in the tap room, you're going to have a face covering on. That's kind of the rules there. So get a PTG face cover. Why not? Why would you
Might as
not
well
want
have
a
ours.
PTG face cover? PassGreatMerch.com. Promo code CYBER at checkout for 15% off of your order on our ugly sweaters, sweatshirts, and hats and other stuff. So go check it out, passgreatmerch.com. Let's get back to Comeback Kid. I just forgot to do the advertisement because I'm an idiot, really. That's why I was shoehorning it from your anniversary thing. Another Comeback Kid we got is Christmas season. It is officially Christmas season. Christmas trees are out appropriately. We have Christmas lights and decorations out. Christmas lists are going around. People are like, hey, what's on your list? What you got? Because if you're on my list, or if I got to get stuff for you, I better be able to order it online.
Being on my list means something different than being on your list.
It does. But mine is usually like you want gifts on my list. So my list is the better one to be on. But yeah, Elf on a Shelf. I've seen that come back already. Advent calendars. My parents got my dog one. Wheezy's been getting a little treat every day. Kind of cool. It's kind of really just like the same treat, but they've just cut it up into like Christmassy shapes and stuff. So that's kind of fun. And yeah, that is it's Christmas season, and you already saw the commercials before Thanksgiving. You saw the other stuff, but are you guys in the holiday spirit?
Hell yeah. Dude, like I love Christmas season so much too. Everyone else hates Mariah Carey this time of the year because all you do is hear her song over and over and over. I had it stuck in my head for like 9 hours yesterday. Loved every second of it. Just the one where she goes really slow into you, and it's like breakdown, and then the da, 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 and the music starts up. I get fucking jacked up every time. I'm like, let's go, Mariah. Let's fucking do this for 35 straight days. Let's fucking go.
I am 35 straight days.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because you start hearing Mariah around like either just after Thanksgiving or before, and you're going to hear it even after Christmas. So it's an approximate time. But yeah, Mariah is going to be around for at least 35 straight days. Because I've already heard her like 6 days in a row.
Yeah, that's true. And I've also noticed just with like Christmas season specifically being with like the commercials and everything, since COVID happened, they didn't really have time to shoot a lot of Christmas commercials. So you are seeing a bunch of recycled Christmas commercials from previous years. My least favorite one ever is probably where the girl gives her and her husband like an iPods or whatever it is, or like watches.
Hate her.
And then he's like, oh, well, come on out, honey. And he got a truck for him, and then he got her like
a beautiful SUV.
like a fucking SUV. Yeah, I was trying to look at what it was called, or to think about what it was called. But and then she's like going to straight to the church. I love it. He's like, well, actually, that's from. And she's like, I love it. I was like, bitch, you got him a fucking watch, like a smartwatch, which I'm not saying isn't like a good gift, That's an awesome gift. But like, he bought you a fucking car, and also that dude dropped like 180 grand on just cars.
I mean, you saw that house though in that commercial. I mean,
Like, what the fuck? That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. It made me mad. It always makes
Oh,
me
no, it
mad
happens.
every time I see it. And I'm just like, fuck you. You just bought 2 cars just to go. All right, whatever. But yeah,
The best-
like Christmas season's back for sure.
without a doubt, though, the best one that gets recycled every year. At this point, it's probably like 16 years old. This commercial, but it'll happen every year because you don't need to make a new one. Corona's palm tree with the Christmas lights.
Yeah.
It's the most perfect one, and it just says Feliz Navidad on there, and you're like, yeah, that is a perfect commercial. Don't ever shoot a new
on
one.
the beach with a palm tree because I gotcha.
Like, 'cause it's so
Enjoy your
old.
beach.
It was before HD, so like the commercial even looks like grainy and outdated. But you're just like, doesn't matter.
It just adds
it's the
to it.
perfect
The
commercial.
older it gets, the better it gets. Really, it's like a fine
That's true.
wine. Really,
It like it makes you yearn for your childhood. Like, I remember watching this beer commercial 5 years before I drank beer.
What, I
So
know you're
this
just
is
like, I
nice.
wish I'm gonna probably enjoy one day drinking a nice Corona around the palm tree. Because we won't have Christmas trees then. We'll go exclusively to palm trees, and I'll have a nice Corona and lime around the palm tree, and to say Feliz Navidad, my friends.
While
That's how I
listening to
talk to the
Swayze's
child.
Christmas songs.
Have you done any Christmas shopping? I can guess no. I'm guessing
Oh.
no.
I shop for Christmas from like December. The earliest I start is like December 20th. Usually it's just like the day before or 2 days before.
Robert, have you shopped yet?
Yes, a little bit. I haven't got everyone, but I did get a few people.
I'm at the list process.
I mean, my
what
family
I'm
is very
getting people.
simple for each other. Like it's
Just a rack
the
of butter.
siblings, we all don't get each other anything because we're like, don't waste your money. My parents, we always like we'll get my mom booze because she likes booze. She
My
gets
dad's a
me.
good booze. You
She
get
always
booze with my
gets me
dad, for
like
sure.
Dad's actually hard to shop for. You never know what to get him, but usually it's like some sort of lawn equipment and booze.
Or
Like,
power
hey.
tools.
Yeah. And then she always gets me socks, pajama pants, and then like last year she gave me like fake snowballs where it's really just like wadded up cotton that's strong enough to where you can continually just wreck people with these things. It's actually a great gift. I use them at work to throw it at people. But it's always socks, pajama pants, and then like something like that. And then grandma always gets wine and chocolates, and then grandpa just some weird trinket because he loves weird shit. So we all get each other the same shit every year, and it's great. Because we're all
Okay.
like, I'm the youngest and I'm 30. Like Christmas isn't like when I was 6, where it was actually a big deal. It's just like,
They're like,
it's all-
Santa!
let's all get together, eat awesome food, give each other some bullshit, and then go back to eating food and pass out in front of the TV. That's Christmas.
It's basically Thanksgiving all over again, but just extended.
Yeah, except it's ham instead of turkey. That's it basically is the same thing for my family.
Right. Hey, shout out to everybody that sided with us on the turkey does not deserve the slander argument that we had last week. There were a lot of people sounding off, and I appreciated not feeling alone in that argument.
Yeah.
Our next comeback, it's another season, and it's soup season because it's getting a little chilly. So my girlfriend and I have started this new thing where we're deciding on how chilly it is by it's chili, but is it chili beans? And if it's chili beans, that means it's really chilly.
You guys are so adorable.
No, really, it's just like I'm just trying to make it a thing. So from now on, if it's super chili, just like it's chili beans, and like most people are just like, what? And we're just gonna start being like, no, you don't know what chili beans is, bro. Like then just turn it into like them being the idiot. That'll be our thing, and then we just start a whole new like it's a revolution. We're gonna start the chili beans revolution.
It seems like a bad Christmas sweater somewhere in there. It's chili beans outside. Or like the border, instead of like leaves and shit, it's just like beans.
It's actually
There's
just smeared bean all over it. Like it's not really little beans on the design. So we just took beans.
Oh yeah, you just buy a blank Christmas sweater and literally just throw chili beans.
All
on
the
front
right,
of it.
you write chili beans with beans.
And then you
Just
you
smear
just
it.
wear it out, and everyone's like, "What smells like chili?" And you're like, "I don't know."
We'll be selling those at the Spooktacular, so If
Yeah.
you'd like to get one,
I feel like
don't forget
every
to buy
year-
that and beans.
I feel like every year we come up with a Christmas sweater idea like 2 weeks before the Spooktacular when
Yeah,
there's not
like
enough
by-
time to do it.
By now we don't have time. We would have had to we got way behind on like any of that stuff. We didn't put out a new Christmas sweater.
I
But,
just
like,
want it to
we
be
have
cold on the
awesome ones.
19th.
We have awesome ones because hopefully we can do it outside.
Yeah. Well, and
So
I
it
want to
does
wear
have
my
a
sweater.
stage.
And if it's too warm, the sweater has to come off. So I hope it's chili beans outside.
I hope it's chilly. But there you go. You guys get it. You guys get it. But soup season, because like, is there anything better than soup when it gets chili beans out there? Like, it's
Love
chili
a good
beans.
soup.
I like a little soup. I got some chicken and dumpling soup yesterday, and it was pretty awesome. And it's just as someone a wise man once told me, it's like filling in the cracks to everything else. You know, like soup should really kind of be a dessert if you think about it, because it's like you got your meal here, you have your soup, and it's just like blip, 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 blip. It fills in everything left in your stomach, and it's like, now I'm nice and full and I'm ready for bed or a nap or whatever. Soup.
Yeah.
We've already done, I think,
I love
a
a nice.
craft of soups, so we can't do anything like that. I don't remember who had what, but I'm sure my list was better than everybody's.
Oh, I remember arguing profusely about chicken and dumplings and you not being able to use it and then me still getting slaughtered in the polls. Because you also had like gumbo and like I have better
yeah, y'all
taste
kept
than everyone,
vetoing
but nobody
everything, and I
agrees
was
with
like,
it.
come on.
Yeah, because you weren't picking soups.
You were
To me, if
picking
it's-
you were picking liquid meals, not soups.
We
I
don't
should have
have
picked a smoothie. A smoothie is a soup.
I was shout out Firehouse Subs. I was there yesterday,
Ice cream,
and they
when you
had
let it
chicken and
melt a little
dumpling
bit, that's a
soup.
soup.
Was the kind of soup I got. It was chicken
Yeah,
and
I
dumpling
gotta say,
soup.
I just
You were
I'm
just trying to
not
be a dick and
extremely-
fuck
no,
up my
I'm
list.
not extremely versed in chicken and dumplings, but anytime I had ever had it in the past, it was not a soup. I have since come around to learn that it is a soup, but also because it is all, I will still stay by that I was correct because only 50% of the time that meal is a soup. It's got to be a full-time soup to make the soup list. But I don't think I would have argued as profusely if I was more versed in chicken and dumpling soup at the time.
Good.
But I stand by it.
I'm glad you learned from it, though. I'm glad you learned from it, and let's all have a soup to celebrate. And,
Yeah, and now I want to get warm soup belly. It sounds nice.
Oh, that's nothing better. Nothing better.
You have a big portion of soup, and then you just like you sit on the couch rubbing your warm soup belly and watching like Christmas Vacation.
Like we have our little balcony in our apartment, and sometimes when it's really cold, like I'll just like make soup and just go sit and eat outside. And I'm like, I know it's cold, but it's just nice to be like, haha, fuck you, cold. Guess
You
what?
ever-
I'm warm inside now.
You ever go back and you're like, that was so good, I want another, and then sometimes maybe you do it a third time, and then like halfway through either that second or third portion, you're like, okay, I'm really full now. This was a bad decision, but I'm not going to waste soup. So then you just make yourself super full on soup.
Yeah, then you just sip it down basically because you're like, I gotta knock it out.
And then you're like
Super
uncomfortable on the couch. And you get the sweats because you are eating warm to hot soup. So then when you finally sit down on the couch, it's like getting the meat sweats. You're just sweating and uncomfortable, but you're like, it's liquid. How can I be this full off?
Uncomfortable.
Ooh.
Can it see what we do there, Robert?
This is uncomfortable, and it's just a bowl of soup on the sweater. God damn it, man.
Because really, like soup,
So
if
many
you have
good
too
things.
much of it, it can just make you like sweat on the outsides or on the insides.
Yeah.
Your insides are just sweating. It's gotta come out somewhere. So it's on the outsides, and you're just like, I am uncomfortable. This is not great. But yeah, soup season. Let's all celebrate with a nice soup, and that'll be our thing this week. Kick off your soup season at Passagray Pod. # soup season, and like just let us know that you guys are celebrating. It's nice that let's all like you know nobody's gonna hate on a nice warm soup or maybe a cup of soup. Sometimes I know I'm not gonna be able to do it, and I just go with a cup of soup because you limit yourself. Panera Bread, go with their broccoli cheddar soup. You start that bad boy off. Oh, I gotta go with the cup. If I go with the bowl, I'm gonna want another bowl, and then it's just never gonna stop. It's never gonna stop. You gotta go with the cup. You limit yourself. That way you appreciate it every single time.
Wonton,
Wonton's good.
egg
Wonton
drop.
far superior than egg drop and miso.
It's just
Not
it's a
to
mood thing
slander
for me.
either of the other two. But, like,
it
wonton's
just depends on what mood I'm in.
Wonton's a nice little snack. Like you get
No,
to the wonton, you're like, "Ooh, tight." It's like a dumpling.
Now, I do love me some miso soup though. I could
Nothing
eat.
wrong with miso soup. I'm not
I
hating
know
on
you
it
don't.
either.
I know you don't measure soup in pounds, but I could eat 5 pounds of miso soup.
You could in 5 gallons of miso soup.
No, I didn't say 5 gallons because a gallon is like
How much
3.
does
Or,
it-
actually,
how
a
much does a
gallon is
gallon
probably
weigh?
more like 8 pounds.
Robert, check that. What's a gallon weigh?
I wonder if it says on my gallon of water
Go
here.
tell us.
Fill time.
This is riveting. This is riveting stuff we have right here.
Dude.
Approximately 8.3 pounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh.
So like,
Do you have 8.3 pounds?
no, but over half a gallon of miso soup, I could do that. I would be very uncomfortable and very sweaty afterwards.
You know what would be really funny?
Oh,
I hope
if I
it is.
just-
I hope it's chili beans. Just put miso soup in your gallon thing
Yes,
instead of
and I
water,
just drink
and
it
then
all
all day. It's like those Campbell's soup cups that you would just heat up, and it was like a little can thing, and then you could just drink your like tomato soup or whatever. But like, if it's chili beans at the Spectacular, we're doing it outside. I'm 100% bringing like miso soup in a just like a
Most people
gallon
have
jug.
like a thermos of soup. No, we just go gallons.
We just take sips.
Well, here's my problem with that though.
If it
was
wasn't
like,
COVID, you could pass it around like a liquor bottle. Just like you want to soup it up, soup shot, a little shot of soup. You can always go through hot soup, come through.
I got my Yeti cup full of soup. Here's the problem though. I feel like because a lot of soups you're gonna have a high salt content. If I had over half a gallon of that, I think I would just dehydrate my body and die. Like I think I'd
Well-
also have to be drinking a gallon of water.
I've
Or-
conditioned myself for this because I eat crawfish every single week. So like my body is used to just the sodium fucking my body up.
You've been training for this for 46 weeks.
I didn't know what it was gonna pay off with, but I think we found our answer.
The soup gallon challenge.
Oh yes. Rod would be so proud.
I was about to say, like,
Rod would be so proud.
This was made for, I don't know for Rod to do it, but this was made for Rod to promote the soup gallon challenge.
Soup gallon challenge. If anybody
Just-
wants to try the soup gallon challenge now, we 100% right now are saying we do not know if it's safe or it's definitely not healthy. But like we are 100,000% saying that we are clearing our names and we are not telling you to do this. If you volunteer to do this, we will allow you to do this. We're gonna have to come up with some sort of waiver. or
So,
something.
like, I'm trying to
Like,
think of what ones would
that
work
would be
the best
so
for this.
funny.
Like, egg
Tomato
drop would
soup?
work really well. Tomato soup would.
Miso.
Oh, see,
Miso
here's
is
the thing.
so such a good just a
Miso's
regular
the
base.
perfect because it's I think the lightest of it. Egg drop is a little bit thicker. Tomato soup, that's a very thick soup. Even when it's thin, that's
Because-
very thick.
It's gonna get like cold after a while.
Well, no. I don't mean in that way. I mean that like it's like a heavy thick is what I'm saying. So like that's gonna fill you up
We're gonna fill it with
a
chowder,
lot.
which
Ooh,
isn't a
clam,
soup, but still.
clam chowder soup. I was
A
thinking
gallon
like
of clam chowder would never
won,
happen.
wonton wouldn't work because the wontons are gonna get stuck in the neck of the gallon. Chicken and dumplings not gonna work. The chicken and dumplings will probably get stuck.
Isn't wonton basically just the same broth as miso soup, but it's got wontons in it? Like if you think about it,
It's similar.
back to the
It's very
beginning thing,
similar.
any soup could be wonton soup if you put wontons in it.
I think miso soup figured out a life hack to get everyone to eat tofu.
Because they trick you where it's not like I'm not eating a big chunk of tofu, it's just little like tiny little like
Little cubes.
specks. It's like
Just little
croutons. It's like
cubes.
croutons in your soup, and I'm like, I like croutons. I'm in on this.
It's like baby Yoda versus regular Yoda. That's the size of crouton you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
Or not
baby
crouton,
carrots
though.
versus regular carrots.
Yeah, that too. I
So
like talking about baby Yoda.
let's normalize just like carrying gallon jugs of soup around.
Right? Like, no, this is like all I'm eating today. And someone's like, that is 10,000 grams of sodium. Yeah, but like, it's soup, so it's healthy.
I'm upping my sodium count.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to up it. Why?
Well, what you do is
I don't know.
you up the sodium to
Get my
dehydrate
gains.
your body to draw out the water. So like when you work out, you get extra vascular.
Like you don't work out. Yeah, but if I started to,
Like,
I'll be
but
so
if
vascular.
I do one curl, the veins could be popping 3 inches
I'll
out
be
of my
so
arm.
vascular.
And
bro.
if there's one thing chicks love, it's super vascular dudes. Like nothing turns a chick on more than veins that are very blue and just bulging out of your skin. Like, bro, I don't know where you're getting your information.
I'm just really excited for a whole thing full of miso soup now. Like,
Seriously,
you guys
like,
have no idea how excited
I
am.
don't care how much it costs. On the way to the Spooktacular, I'm stopping by an Asian restaurant, and I'm just gonna be like,
Fill her up.
fill it up. Fill it up. They'll be like, what are you doing? I'll be like, it's a thing.
No, go get like so it did not be weird. Just go buy one of those things like you put oil into a car with, like the little like funnels, and then just like I got it. Can I just get a gallon of miso? It's definitely not just for me. It's definitely not just for me. And they're like, yeah, sure, right, whatever. And they'll give you a gallon of miso soup, and then you just come and you pour it all into your jug.
Or you do it like super bad, and you just empty out laundry detergent, and you put it in there to be inconspicuous. People just think you're drinking laundry detergent, not a gallon of miso soup.
No one's gonna think that's weird that you're drinking out of it. This got weird. I'm sorry. We should start soup's back. Soup season.
Gallon challenge, soup edition.
Gallon soup challenge, baby. Just if y'all would like to sign up, hit us up on Twitter at BasketGreatPod. Our next comeback kid is women, but more specifically, herstory. I guess herstory was made, not history. Herstory was made on Saturday with Sarah Fuller, the kicker for Vanderbilt, became the first female kicker at a Power 5 school. Power 5. Robert, what conferences are in? Whoa, shit! What conferences are in the Power 5, Robert?
Probably the Powerball. Definitely the Powerball.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, right?
Powderpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls. Probably like some other ones too. I can't think of right now.
Ooh, yeah. Really don't know anymore. Really don't know anymore.
1915's Batman Punch K-Pow challenge.
That. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Power 5, SEC, ACC,
Big 12.
Big
Big
12,
10.
Big 10, Pac-12, American.
No, you just made
And then
six.
American.
It's Power 5.
I'm thinking BCS. I'm thinking automatic bids. Because then American and then doesn't like Mountain West get one? No, they don't get one.
Is the Mountain West still a thing, or did it dissolve?
I don't know. I don't know a lot of things apparently, but yeah, Power 5 school. Apparently, there'd been 2 other women that had done it before, and like there were a lot of people. Like it was entertaining to just read the threads that were going on and the arguing. Like, yeah, does that mean I can play this? Can I play on the women's volleyball team? And all that stuff. And like, I mean, some of them, like, if you could tell it wasn't really like serious, it was kind of funny, and then just like you knew it was gonna happen. I think it's cool. That she was able to do that. I don't think that like I did.
I wish
like,
she could have got a field goal in there.
This is good. I wish she would have got to show it off. To show off her leg, because I think she can kick, and I saw some videos of her kicking. Like she was a keeper in soccer, so like I have that bond with her now that we're both keepers. So me as a semi-pro keeper, basically, MLS free agent. That is, I respect her kicks. And I think that I think she would have made a field goal if they were like in range, but unfortunately they're Vanderbilt and they're trash. I did see people saying like, "Well, this is changing the game forever," and it's like
No, it's not.
I don't think it's. I understand. I'm excited. I think it's a huge step. And my line of thinking is like, if it inspires like some 6 or 7-year-old girl to that's always wanted to go play football out there to go sign up for her like league that she can play in, like that's cool. That's awesome. That's what that inspires. I don't think that Nick Saban was sitting at home watching that, being like, well, hell, I got to go out and find me a woman kicker. That was kind of okay.
My favorite one to come out of all of it was not all the positive messages she got. It wasn't all the negative messages she got. It's my buddy sent me a link earlier today of the story where she was like, it was weird. Like we got a first down and I was the only person cheering on the sideline. Yeah, because it's a first down and they've lost 16 in a row. Like nobody's happy on that team. Like, you're just happy to be there, and we get it because it's a big day for you. But when you're like, come on, guys, we need to step it up, and they're all like, it's not going to be stepped up. This is life. A first down is the best we can get, but that still doesn't mean we're going to cheer for it, Sarah.
Which maybe that's why they needed her. Like they needed somebody that wasn't like fuck first downs. Like I'm not.
Like my buddy really
He's like,
explained.
yeah.
There was one dude standing like 8 feet to the left of her, just side-eyeing her, going, "Bitch, I ain't cheering for no first down." like this is my life. We're here to get our scholarship paid for, and that's it.
It was an awesome moment. I think that it hopefully inspires a lot of like young girls to like want to go out and play football, and then then like they'll understand the game more, and they'll be able to like there is a professional women's league. It's the one that like remember Casey from Big Brother played professional women's football. It's like so they have their own leagues. I don't know if Sarah Fuller's gonna go into that. I think she's pretty good at soccer. She's probably gonna stay at that. But I definitely think it was a publicity stunt from Vanderbilt where they were like, hey, no one gives a fuck about our game against Missouri this week, but what might grab some headlines is this. And I'm not saying she's not good enough. I'm just saying I don't see an influx of a ton of female kickers just because.
Yeah.
I think if the kicker on the women's soccer team is better than any of the kickers on your team, like, yeah, let her kick. I'm all for that. But
wasn't it like an injury or something, which is why they had her try out? I just my favorite was the comments online of the just fucking dudes going, "Would they couldn't find a kicker from the men's team to come out and kick?" And I was like, none of them probably wanted to join the football team. They win games. The football team doesn't. And she was just like, yeah, fuck it. I'll get my name out there. This will be good for women. I mean, great for her.
Her streak.
So I was like, I mean, there probably wasn't a lot of people that wanted to do it, but she was just like, yeah, this is a brilliant move for me. So, you know what? Congrats, Sarah. Congrats, women
Breaking
everywhere.
Glass ceilings. Do you want to mansplain the sport of football, Robert? I know you're into mansplaining recently on this podcast.
Yeah.
After you told women about how their bodies work. Do you want to tell them how football works? Because, their brains might not know how to do it.
Oh, I'm sure
Your mind.
more women know about football than I do. I'm not a big
Good.
football fan, as you guys know.
It's the right
now
answer.
you're a white knight. Okay.
You simp.
Simp would have been better. Damn it.
White's too racy now, I don't like bringing up color or race.
Touche.
Our next comeback kid is Aliens. And I say aliens because there were giant monoliths that appeared in Utah and then disappeared and then appeared in Romania. And obviously it's aliens. Like there's no other explanation as far as I'm concerned. It's definitely aliens. I love when something like this happens because the internet's like, oh my God, I remember back in the 70s, I think I saw something like that too. And they're like, okay, like, what does that mean? And, well, I think it's clearly the aliens are back. On Independence Day,
I was drinking a lot of
Will
turpentine
Smith was
that
doing
day.
this. Yeah, it was like, I was sniffing paint, but it was fine.
I was
It was a
coming
great
off
time.
a 3-day binge of peyote out in Joshua Tree, but I swear to God, I saw the same thing.
Sober as hell. Sobered me right up.
I mean, they said I woke up naked in a Walmart, but I could have swore I seen it. I don't know. Do they have Walmarts in 1973? I don't know.
I think so.
A Sears Roebuck. He woke up naked in a Sears Roebuck. How about that? You sound like you don't know what a Sears Roebuck is.
It sounds like a mall store. It's like a J.
No, it's just what Sears used to be called, was Sears Roebuck, and then eventually they just dropped the Roebuck.
Roebuck was like Roebuck sounds way cooler than Sears.
I mean, my grandfather still called it Sears Roebuck. Like, he probably still would call it that today. I don't know. I haven't heard him talk about Sears in many years, but
Ask him. Call him right now.
he's napping. I guarantee you, he's in the middle of a
Just
nap.
call him, leave a message, see if he'll get you back.
Hey, Grandpa, is it called
The
Sears or
podcast
Sears
wants to know
Roebuck?
this. Hey, Grandpa, one thing, we're recording a podcast, so this is great. But monoliths, Asians, what does that have to do with anything? It was found in Asia, right? No, Romania's not in Asia, is it? It's Europe.
No, it's Eastern Europe. I
Okay,
can't
so I
wait
don't
to
know
see
what I
what
was
company
thinking.
is doing this, though. Because 100% this is a viral campaign that's leading up to Christmas.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is, but also, like, I read an article. It was like this dude was he was like a nature photographer, and he found out about it, and then he just saw these guys come and push the one in Utah over, and then they broke it, and then they took it and often like pieces in a wheelbarrow, and they told him leave no trace. And it was like he was like, when you go camping and stuff, you're always supposed to like leave no trace, like where you were doing that. So they were probably pissed off of that. And it's like, it's not aliens. It's just fucking some dude was like, this is gonna become a huge Instagram spot. Let's go do this.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it was like the exact same one though that popped up in Romania, like I'm sure somebody could have made it like one
A giant silver column, like it doesn't look like
they're
super
hollow.
unique.
Yeah, like I'm sure it could be remade, but like this just feels like it's gonna be a viral campaign. But the best was American Airlines, and we're like, sorry guys, we couldn't figure out where we left it, and they just put like their gate marker numbers on it and like superimposed it on there. I was like, God damn it, that was perfect.
Monolith
Beautiful.
Madness is what we had on Twitter, everybody. A little Monolith Madness. But yeah, I also looked it up, and I think Stonehenge, those are monoliths.
Mhm.
So they don't have to be metal. They can just be, it's usually like a rock formation. It's usually what it is. So I learned a little geography this week as well. So aliens, geography, monoliths. What isn't back about all that stuff? That's just one more thing. And then and the next comeback kid we got this week is college basketball. Because it's back. I mean, I think it was on last week. I just maybe started paying attention to it because I can gamble on it again. And Pat and I are not very good at it this year so far.
Well, I mean,
We're
I
also
just followed your advice.
which is you shouldn't just blindly follow my advice.
I know, but I like betting now, so I always want to have action. But I don't know or care about college basketball at all, and I'm not gonna start caring about it.
I'm gonna start caring
keep
because you can make
betting on
money
it. I just can't. It does nothing for me. I don't find it exciting or interesting at all. College basketball does nothing for me. The one and
it's
done
not
rule has
football.
ruined it.
It's not football,
Well,
but it's like, but like the beauty is you don't have to care about the players. You just like, I care about this individual team on this individual night because I put you -2.5 down. Let's go South Dakota State. Like, let's fucking do it.
I mean, I barely care about NBA basketball. I'm not that into basketball. So like, if it's a lesser form of it, like the only reason I kind of care about NBA is because it's the greatest and best athletes and players in the world playing it. So it's super exciting. College, I'm just like, oh, look, another wide open miss three. Oh, look, you missed another layup. Exciting. Like, it doesn't do anything for it. Like, honestly, high school basketball with elite players would probably be way more exciting for me to watch. Just because there's one player out there that's absolutely dominating the game and looks really good doing it. That would probably be more. That's what I'm saying. It would have to be with, like, one of the top 3 recruits in the nation playing. And even then, I've tried to watch those games on ESPN. Can't watch that either.
Yeah, I don't know. I always look at it as like watching college basketball in the beginning is kind of like investing in later on because you have to make a bracket. And then my dumb brain is like, well, if I watch 12 games during the year, then I'm going to know that one game with San Diego State. I watched the San Diego State game before. Okay. They won the one game I watched this year. I'm definitely going to take them to the Sweet 16. Let's go. And, like, that's how my brain works, where it's like, I watched this game. It doesn't mean anything that random Tuesday there was nothing going on, so I was able to just watch, like, Eastern Kentucky play. But now I think Eastern Kentucky is in the tournament. They're probably really good. I watched them play. I know how good they are. Done. That's my, like, sleeper. And then I don't know. The brackets thing, like, no one still has figured out the brackets. Like, there's no math. There's no scientific equation you can do to do it. Like, it's a clusterfuck. And every year, like a chick that has no idea what to do and does it based on mascots.
Whoa.
Wins. No, like, I'm talking like
chick
somebody
that doesn't know about
in
sports.
the office, like the girl that, like, they're just like, hey, we need one more person for our pool. She's like, all right, fine, I'll throw $5. And, like, she wins the whole pot. And you're just like, she's never watched a fucking college basketball game in her life.
Maybe if you mansplained it to her, Alex, then you
Robert
could help
is
her.
the mansplainer here. Robert, explain.
I don't know. It sounds like you're going for the crown.
No.
I think
Yeah,
what I'm
sounds
going to
like
have to
Alex
do
is.
is I'm going to have to find a college basketball gambling podcast and just listen to what they talk about. Because, like, as long as you absorb enough information just in the background of your brain, you'll start to learn about teams. You'll hear players' names. You'll know a little bit. And that's how I'm going to have to do it. Like, just through osmosis.
We just did our own college. We'll just do the basketball. And then you and I will just make up things. Like, well, I saw Let's go look at the box score of the Michigan State Duke game. Wow.
Like we
Looks
literally
like
just
Michigan
pull
State's
up.
gonna take it all this year.
We just pull up rosters of teams as we talk about them.
I like
like,
so
oh,
and
yeah.
so and so and so and so and so and so and so. Who is
James
also a power
Osborne
forward.
from St. Mary's. He really shows promise this year, and somebody's listening. Like, he's the equipment manager. Like, oh shit.
I mean, you know, sometimes those guys play.
That is true.
Sometimes those guys play, and it goes viral. All right, but college basketball's back, and so is me losing money probably on college.
Yeah.
basketball.
Gonna fucking bleed
basketball-
all my NFL winnings.
Is what got me into gambling in the first place, so I have a special place in my heart for it always. Our final comeback here that I have at least is Spotify top songs / artists / podcasts of the year list. Now, this was a very late edition because I feel like December 1st must have been when that started popping out, and everybody online is like sharing it. And that's one of the things that's like everybody starts doing that I don't care. Like, I'm not saying I don't care about like who you listen to. Like, I think it's cool. Like, I'm like, ooh. And it's like, hey, what about this guy that I haven't talked to in 14 years from high school? Like, ooh, wow. He listened to AWOL Nation now. It was his second most listened to band. Cool.
It's like you backtrack so quickly. You're like,
No,
I don't
I've
care,
worded
but
it.
I think it's cool.
No, I'm saying like, I don't care that people are doing this trend. Like, this is a trend I don't care that people do. Like, there's somewhere I'm like, oh my God, guys, stop. Like, this is obnoxious. Quit doing that. I don't care. Like the 10-year challenge when it's like, yeah, but you put a filter on your picture from 2020. That's not really following the rules. Like, our first picture together and our last picture together as a couple, like that was kind of cringy. But like this one, it's like I'm into whoever everybody's listening to. I like the people. I have no idea who that is. Doja Cat, cool. That sounds like I know Doja Cat's big. I don't listen to Doja Cat, but like that's a cool thing. Like, oh, you're more of like a metal person. I didn't expect that out of you. Like, it kind of teaches you about people a little bit.
Yeah, mine are weird because, like, you would expect, like, the entirety of my Spotify would just be, you know, Texas country artists, country guys, because that's all I talk about. But, like, I don't really listen to a lot of Spotify. And when I did, I'd be listening to, like, rock while playing NHL games.
Yeah.
So, like, my top song of the year was Prayer for the Refugee by Rise Against, because it was on a playlist of, like, 9 songs that I had on there. So it got played all the fucking time. Like, my top listened artist was Blink-182. I didn't listen to that much Blink-182. Yeah. Like, it
See,
shows
I
my
have the iTunes one. I don't know how to find it just based on iTunes.
Oh, see, I have, like, it still says my top genre was 1, Texas country, 2, alternative metal, probably because Prayer for the Refugee was played 600 times. Americana, rock, and then outlaw country. So it was 2 rock stations and then 3 country ones. But, like, yeah, like, mine's all over the place. Prayer for the Refugee, Hell Yeah, Savior, Enter Sandman, and The Predator were my top 5 songs because they were all on that playlist that I listened to for like a month straight at the beginning of the pandemic. But still, my top genre is country. It's all over the fucking place. It made me laugh when I was watching through it like last night or whatever the hell it came out, because I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I want to find out how to do mine. I know if somebody showed me how to last year on iTunes. And I know it's just like you plug it in and you just type in your login and stuff and like it shows it. But like
Google
I
it.
have like that. I have the habit that I always fall into that fucks up lists like that is like I'll get really into a song and then I'll listen to like that song on repeat nonstop. And like that was me with Old Town Road. You guys know that. But like this year, if I had to guess, I would say I bet it's 24K Golden like mood. Why you always in a mood? Fuck around acting brand new. That would be.
Isn't that song like a month old?
No. Like it just
Oh,
started like ESPN started using it on like football stuff for a little bit, and I know that like, I've heard it there recently, but like
I heard it for the first time like 2 weeks ago.
because I found it for like a cover for one of our end songs. And I remember like I was like addicted to it. And like for like 3 weeks, just nonstop was like repeat. And then that whole 24K Golden thing, I would have guessed it would be either like that particular song or Bloody Valentine, or Forget You from Machine Gun Kelly from that album, because I also hardcore got into that and was just like repeat that album and those two songs specifically.
I still remember last year
Or
when I was
Holiday
watching
from Lil
it,
Nas X, although that was later.
I got completely shocked when it showed my top song last year was I Wanna Fuck You by Akon. And I was like, what? And it's because there was one night when I couldn't fall asleep. And I just put that song on Spotify and like put it in my headphones because it's a nice, like it's a slow rhythmic, like it's not loud. It's a very smooth song. And I fell asleep to it. So that song played on repeat for 8 hours one time while I slept. And I was like, oh, that makes sense why it was my number one song, because I listened to 8.5 hours of it.
I want to do that.
So it completely fucked up my whole end of year. Like, what genres do you listen to?
Well, for next year, I should do that. Shout out, rest in peace, Diana Powers. But she had, whenever we would play the Read My Lips game on the Rod Ryan show, we listened to, it's called Sultan's Curse, and I can't remember who it's from, but it's from some like death metal band or whatever. And she like would always just use her phone because she didn't have that was when like the dongle, you didn't have to have the extension to plug into your phone, so you would just plug that right into the headphone jack. And I remember she was like, it was like your end of the year top songs, and it was Sultan's Curse was like her like third most listened to song. And she's like, it's just because we didn't fucking listen to it so many times on Thursday. Like, I never listened to that song for pleasure. I'm listening to it when we're working. I was like, I guess it just runs through enough to where they're like, you love this one song. And then back to Jason Mraz. And David
Oh, man. Good old Jason.
I want to do that, though, next year. Like, just like I need to keep in mind, like, there is an end of the year thing. And just to post on social, just find like really random songs, but like do what you did and just at night, just like go to sleep. Like, I'll create a Spotify account, go to sleep, and just play the same song on repeat for like a whole month.
Yeah.
And then it'll just be like, but like on silent. And then
I
just
guarantee
like,
there's people.
It's like you listened to fucking, yeah, you listened to
Hot Night
Akon
Joe
4,078 times.
I guarantee you there's
12
people that do that
hours?
to doctor up so they can have a cooler Spotify at the end of the year. Or they just Photoshop the pictures.
Which you can easily do. It's
Yeah,
very simple.
I mean,
like,
I
as somebody
can't.
that is shitty at Photoshop, it is a very simple Photoshop if you want to do that stuff. But like, you can kind of like, you can tell who's photoshopping them and who doesn't. And usually the people that are photoshopping them aren't trying to like pass it off like, oh, I had a ton of listens or anything like that. It's usually they're just like making jokes with shit. So I don't know. That might be the cover photo for this week. Who knows? But also shout out to everybody. I know it says podcast that you listen to. Brett Brandon and Daniel Ramos. Shout out to them because they already did this. They screenshotted us that we were on their list. Was their top podcast for the year. And then Brett even attached to us. We beat out Bert Kreischer and Joe Rogan for him. So to some people, we are bigger than Joe Rogan and Bert Kreischer. Just cut the to some people, Robert, and post. Just cut that, and then we are bigger. Then they'll get that, and then they're like, "Damn, this podcast."
God, it's so hard.
But also shout out Brett Brandon because he was up at Southern Star this weekend. He took the wife and the kids up there and took a picture by the Pastor Gravy banner. So that's always cool. That's why I love that Pastor Gravy banner at Southern Star. And the people that listen to the podcast are always like, oh, okay, I'll take a picture of that. And then there's people that like don't listen to the podcast at all. And like, hey, I think your podcast flag is at Southern Star. I was like, oh, no way. That's I'm always like polite with them. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Like, yeah, dude, Southern Star is really cool. It's cool they still have that up there. And like, I don't know, but Brett took a picture, so just shout out to Brett for doing that. And then just if we're on your like your top list or anything like that, on your podcast list on Spotify or iTunes or whatever has those into your list, screenshot us and tag us at Pass Grade Pod. We like to see that stuff. We'll retweet you. It's always cool to feel like people listen to you. You know, a lot of times it's just us three talking. We don't realize who's listening. There's some of y'all on Twitter. Some of you guys aren't even really active on Twitter all that much, but like every now and then, if you get a screenshot of it, that's awesome. That makes it. We appreciate Brett. We appreciate Daniel. We appreciate all you guys that are listening for spending so much time listening to us. Let me see. Like, I don't think it says how many. Brett has listened to 9,236 minutes of us this year. That's fucking incredible.
That's crazy. Because that
That's
means
incredible to me.
I've been on at least 9,000 and whatever minutes on this at least, and I haven't listened to that much of it. Because I will.
Well, technically you
space out.
have. You're just a part of it.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I've been on every second of that, and I didn't hear it all.
Well, Daniel, he's listened to 54 episodes for a total of 7,011 minutes, which just 7,000 plus 9,000 or whatever it was. That's a lot. That's a 16,000. I just did the math in my head there, guys. Look at me. 16,000 minutes that two people together have listened to our podcast, and it's like, I don't do it for that kind of shit, but like, that's cool as fuck. Like when somebody,
It's really
like,
cool.
that you guys, I'm kind of geeking out just being like the fact that somebody is like, I mean, Emma listens to me sometimes for like 5 minutes. She's just like, shut up. Like will he stop talking? And like the fact that you guys choose to listen to us talk, that means the whole world. Cause that's like when we started, when me and Curtis Chafin, may he rest in peace when he passes. When me and Curtis, well, I said when he passes, may he rest in peace, as well as you guys too, all of us.
Maybe tomorrow, maybe in 50 years, we don't know. But just
I don't remember who said that. I heard
Des
somebody say
Bryant
on a
just
show,
fell
on
down.
a TV show one time, and I lost my shit laughing at it. May he rest in peace when he passes. And it's like, wait, he's here. But Curtis Chafin and I, we were just like, the whole point is like, we just gotta get people to listen and stay listening, because it's really easy to like tell your friends, hey, check out my podcast. But like most of your friends don't always they don't listen to you all the time. But then to just get people that don't know you that well, that don't know you at all, to listen to your podcast, that means the world. And not to get sad, but we love all you guys and I appreciate it. And if you want to screenshot it and, give us a little ego boost, well, we'll give you a shout out. I appreciate you guys. But Brett and Daniel, thank you guys for sharing that with us. That's badass that we're at the top of anybody's list that is not like a most wanted list, because that I thought I would have had a better chance of ending up.
Oh, I'm at the top of a few people's list, but it's kind of like being on my list. You don't want to be there.
You don't want to be up at that list. Okay, so that was our Comeback Kids segment. And don't forget, again, to go check out the Passive Grade merch store, PassiveGradeMerch.com. Use code CYBER to get 15% off until December 6th. Check out the new trucker hats, ugly Christmas sweaters. We made trucker hats because I know people said they didn't like the fit of the dad hat specifically. There's a lot of people, like Pat has a different taste in hats than I do. So, Pat is
just a different head too.
Yeah, just a different shapes, heads, and all kinds of stuff like that. So like check out the trucker hat. Maybe you want a trucker hat and a dad hat, and you could do like where you wear them both like on top of each other. That'd be cool.
One forwards, one backwards.
Like Sherlock Holmes. You could do the old Sherlock Holmes, right?
Like a 90s movie that somebody's trying to be edgy in and be hip. And so they wear one hat forward and one backwards.
Yo, brah, what's up? Well, remember my favorite like 90s thing was when they did the upside down visor.
Oh,
like,
and
really like
cock to the side.
Poser white guy thing was the upside down. Like, yo, what's up, dude? Hey, man. It's to the side, upside down. You get the spiky hair through it. Like that was. And I'm not saying I probably did that at some point in school, but.
That always went with super baggy clothes and maybe like frosted tips underneath the upside down visor.
Oh, definitely frosted tips.
Like basically, oh my God, that's exactly the guy from the music video for Pretty Fly for a White Guy. That's exactly who we just described.
Nailed it. And that was an
100%.
era. That was the cool thing to do then. That was the cool thing
God
to do.
damn it. The 90s were fucking wild.
90s. The 90s. All right. Comeback Kid is over. But yeah, screenshot us your Spotify playlist things if we show up at the top of them. Let's move on to our What Would Jesus Do segment, where you guys throw Jesus into situations he might find himself in today's times. I told you guys when we started this, we're going to do it until people stop submitting things. Shout out to Josh Tree Caudle, basically, for keeping this alive. Hashtag PTWWJD. Send it in. Send it in. We need more. We're running low. Shout out to Javier this week for picking up some of the slack for Josh Tree. Because Josh Tree's really like carrying that on his back. I mean, I don't want to say there's like an MVP candidate front runner, because Todd Voss is he very well could go back to back with MVPs at the end of the year. But Josh Tree carrying the What Would Jesus Do segment by himself. He's one of the guys to watch for and the MVP discussion, I would say, if we put up one of those graphics at like a third quarter of a football game right now. Like, guys to watch for it, Josh Treecottle coming on strong at the end of the year. Hashtag PTGWWJD, throw Jesus in a modern day situation. We'll tell you how he would handle it. This is the What Would Jesus Do segment.
Jesus, Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a modern time. If he wrote this jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
This week's What Would Jesus Do comes to us from our buddy Javier Perez at Silky's Man on or at Silky's_man on Twitter. Javier says, would Jesus nonchalantly thank himself for dying for our sins on Thanksgiving? So this is obviously sin 10 before Thanksgiving. But
So I'd just like to thank everyone for being here. Obviously, me for bringing us all here.
we talked about this last week. Like, do we go around the table saying, like, I'm thankful for, like, we all said we didn't. If you had to put Jesus in a situation like that, I doubt that would be
Yeah, I don't think so.
thing he brings up. But, like, that would be the ultimate, like, beat this.
No,
Like,
somebody
if
else at
Jesus
the
was a
table would.
one-upper, he would do that. I'm thankful that Jesus died for our sins. Just, like, suck up to Jesus, to JC.
Thank you, Jesus, for joining us. Also, everyone remember, he is the reason for the season, so thank him before you
The
leave tonight.
reason for the season, and my goodness, did he make a great green bean casserole? Have you guys gotten a chance to try this? Because oh my goodness, oh my God, oh my his father, oh my his father, oh my his father. Mandy, have you tried this green bean casserole? You're gonna have to get over here and try that. Get you some of that green bean casserole. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
There'd be one aunt down at the end of the table like, it wasn't that good.
I mean, I made green bean casserole until he showed up.
He used
Water
too
into
much
wine,
cream of
and
mushroom.
nobody wanted to hear what I had to say.
Yeah. No, Jesus.
Do you think
wouldn't
Jesus would have
nonchalantly
had to
himself.
like he had Judas, who was kind of a dick. Like Pontius Pilate was an asshole to him. Like,
Well,
do you think Jesus in
Judas
his
wasn't
whole
a dick. He was a sneaky snake.
he was a sneaky snake, but he was
He was
he
friend
was
to
a
the
dick,
face
though.
and then went
I
behind
mean,
him.
who sold him out? Dick move, selling your
Yeah.
friend out. So he
But I'm
was a
saying
dick. He
wasn't
was a
dick to
sneaky
his
dick.
face.
He was a tricky dick, if you know
Tricky
what I'm saying.
dick.
A tricky
Yeah.
dick. That's where. There we go. Not sneaky snake, tricky dick. What's worse, a sneaky snake or a tricky dick? Or are they the same thing? Robert's like, God damn it, I hate this podcast.
Probably a tricky dick, because a tricky dick can get you pregnant and then you've got 18 years of responsibilities.
Snakes are Satan, so I will always go snake is worse.
Oh, I mean, a snake is always supposed to be sneaky. A tricky dick that said it was wearing a condom, it isn't, can give you a lot of problems.
That is tricky.
It's a very tricky dick.
That is tricky.
God damn it,
It's
Steelers.
tricky.
To rock a rhyme.
Yeah. Do you think Jesus though, like, was like? Do you think in at Thanksgiving dinner, if that was like in modern times, like there would be like the kind of asshole family member, like there's always somebody in your family you just kind of like, you're like, whether it be for a reason or not, you're just like, fuck them. Like, I don't like them. I don't like Aunt Judith. Like Aunt Judith's kind of a bitch. Like all she does is she comes into town. She never brings anything. She always leaves
Complains
with
the whole
leftovers.
time.
Yeah, she bitches
Berates
about,
her
like,
husband.
does this have nuts in it? I don't like nuts. It's like, don't eat it then. Don't eat the pecan pie. It's nuts. Come on, what are you thinking? Why do you have pecan pie without the pecans? I hate them. It's like who is like there would have been somebody like that, but do you think like Jesus would have been like, he's always going around being a do-gooder, trying to show everybody the greatest things that mankind can do? Like,
Yeah,
like,
and the
fuck you,
fucked up thing
show
is
off.
it would probably be me. Like, God, he like
It would be
I-
Pat.
get it. He's a night guy, but he's so fucking positive all the time. It's annoying. I mean, I don't dislike him. He's a great guy. I love him. He's my family. But like, God, lighten up a bit. Have a fucking beer.
Like when Tim Tebow talks, like I like Tim Tebow a lot. I think Tim Tebow's a great guy. I'm not hating on Tim Tebow one bit, but it's like I'd be like, dude, just shut up. Like, quit trying.
Yeah,
to
but his
be
whole
motivated
family's like
every
that.
time. Right, but like, do you think? I feel like that's what Jesus might be like. If he was like a person today, like he's just positive. He's just, you know what? We're gonna find, like, it is raining, but we're gonna find some sunshine on this cloudy day, and we're gonna make it gonna turn that frown upside down. He's like, Jesus, come on, man. I just wanna watch Netflix, man. I don't want to talk about my problems right now. He's like, no, come on over here, Alex. Come on over here. Let's talk about the word. And it's like, what? Dude, not now. But again, I don't think Jesus would be that pushy.
Yeah, no,
There's definitely somebody that would have not liked him, but yeah, I don't know. Jesus would not be the guy that says he was thankful for himself dying for our sins. Somebody else at the table would suck up and try and play that move.
100%. Yeah, Jesus. I mean, he would be Jesus. He'd be chill. He's a very humble guy.
Just drinking a couple glasses of wine. Like, my Jesus is a cool dude.
You know, you're sitting there and someone's like, ooh, I need another glass. And Jesus sitting next to him. He goes, no, you don't. Got you. Don't get up. I got this.
You got that water bottle? There we go.
That might be the one time where Jesus is a little show-offy. When everyone's like, oh, dude, I'm so full. Oh, I got to get up and get another glass. He's like, no, you don't. Got you.
It's a great power to have.
With that little smirk on his face, too. Like, I know I'm being a little braggadocious here, but it's pretty cool to be able to do, right? I don't know why Jesus became a little bit McConaughey right there. But
I don't know either, but Matthew McConaughey might be Jesus, so we can't rule that out either.
That's not true, but I guarantee you they would be great friends, and Jesus would start to do that thing of, like, when you hang out with someone enough, there's that osmosis factor that happens, where Jesus would be like, hey, man, it's all right. Just go say a couple Hail Marys.
Hey,
all right.
Say grace, man. Let's go.
Say grace.
Some wine? Come on, let's have some wine.
God damn it, now I need McConaughey to play Jesus.
Passion of the Christ too.
Everything's all right,
He
all right.
died in the first one. How does the second one? It's Easter.
That's what I love about Easter.
They could do a second Passion of the Christ, and it could be Easter. We have not seen that side.
I am risen.
I'm back. I'm back. All right, you guys. Who's got some ham?
And then just McConaughey plays every role. So then as soon as he walks outside of the tomb, there's one guy sitting there with that McConaughey meme of smoking the cigarette with the eyes wide.
No, you were dead 3 days ago. You mean to tell?
Dude, it's like the clumps.
I told you.
McConaughey just plays every role. He's also Judas.
100% of that.
I'm sorry, Jesus.
My bad, dude. My bad.
He's like, hey, it's all right, brother. What the fuck are we talking about?
I don't know. I feel like Robert is just getting more fed up with us. But let's move on. Let's move on because we're going to get sidetracked again on the next topic we talk about, which is football. The Pass the Gravy picks we do every single week, brought to you this year by our best friends at Southern Star Brewing Company, the best beer in the entire world. There's some for everyone up at Southern Star Brewing Company up at 3525 North Fraser Street. You can also get them at your local grocery store, your Kroger, your Randall's, your H-E-B. They have a better selection at most of the liquor stores, the bigger ones like Specs, Total Wine, and more. Goody, all those. Right now I'm crushing a Korova milkshake, their IPA. Also got some Lil Cal, low-calorie IPAs in my beer bucket as well. Our good friend Keith messaged me today saying that Fracker IPA is going to come out like the week that we're doing the broadcast up there. So the week of the 19th, before the 19th, but you will be able to get Fracker IPA on tap at the brewery at the Christmas Spooktacular. He talked to us a couple weeks ago when we went up there for that knife show. They have a fucking huge 2021 coming up with releases, all kinds of awesome stuff they're working on, and we can't wait to just really, like, we're not having any part in making it, so, like, we're not trying to take credit for it, but we drink a shit ton of it. That's really we're some of the best testers, I would say, after Dave has already approved it. Like, he's like, yeah, y'all can drink it, whatever. Like, so some for everybody, like the IPAs. If you like IPAs, you're gonna love every of the Southern Star IPAs. If you don't like IPAs, try a Strawberry Bombshell Blonde. That's my personal favorite. The Southern Brunch is basically a mimosa in a can. The regular Bombshell Blondes, that's their MVP, I would say, of Southern Star. You can go get a regular Bombshell Blonde. There's no way you can go wrong with that. The Conspiracy Theory IPA, Subatomico Juicy IPA. Again, the Korova Milkshake's awesome. There is truly the Winter Warmer. Winter Warmer's back out now. I saw that at the grocery store, and that's pretty bomb as well. Something for everybody at Southern Star Brewing Company. And don't forget to mark your calendars. Saturday, December 19th. 3525 North Fraser Street up in Conroe, past the Gravies, 7th annual Christmas Spooktacular. We have, I believe the Weekly D podcast is opening up for us. We're going to go on about 1:30, I want to say. Then we have Dizzy Moore, who is Ian from Hold on Hollywood side project. We got Winston Cook, who played at last year's Christmas Spectacular. We got High Dive, who actually, if I'm thinking at if I'm looking at my most listened to bands of 2020, High Dive. I kind of fell in love with Kyle's solo performance at our Spooktacular last year, and then I had kind of looked up the band beforehand, but then I was just like, I'm going all in on them. And man, they've put out some new stuff this year. High Dive is fucking awesome, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them play at the Spooktacular as well. And then we got Santa headlining the whole night. Like, what is wrong about any of that stuff? It's going to be socially distanced. Wear your masks when you're up in the tap room and everything. Try and, keep your space. But we're going to have a good time. I can't wait. I'm glad we're going to get to keep this tradition going. Southern Star Brewing Company, the best beer in the entire world, the official host of Past the Gravy's 7th annual Christmas Spectacular, December 19th, up there. And the best beer in the entire world and the sponsor of Past the Gravies. Let's move on to our Not Cool segment, brought to you by our good friends at Alamo Remedy CBD. Actually, speaking of our Not Cool, my Not Cool, I have used some Alamo Remedy Cucumber Melon of the lotion to help with my problem, and I will be telling you guys. I'll lead off after we get through the listener ones. We don't have too many listener ones this week, but Alamo Remedy CBD, they are the best CBD company, we think, in the world, at least. We got the CBD gummies, lotion, tincture oil, and the capsules. All of them have 10 milligrams of hemp-derived CBD with an added boost in all of them, and they're all priced at $17.99. With they actually have 250. Yeah, they have the 250 milligrams of the CBD in each of those products, and $17.99 is about 50% off all of the national brands. And it gets even better for you, because when you use our promo code PTG at checkout, you're gonna get, is it 15? 10? You're gonna get 20% off. 10% off. 10% off. I've been given percentages off. We had 15% with the Cyber Monday. You're gonna have 10% off of your order when you use promo code PTG, which is already 50% off of all the orders of national brands. It's just as good, if not better, and it's cheaper. Why would you not go with Alamo Remedy CBD? AlamoRemedy.com. Promo code PTG at checkout for 10% off of your order. The gummies, the lotion, the tincture oil, the capsules, and the hemp flower. It is not marijuana. It is not marijuana. It looks like marijuana. Kind of smells like marijuana. But you can cook with it. You can grind it up. You can smoke it. You can roll a little doobie with it. It'll chill you out. It'll maybe make you want to go to sleep. It will not, however. Now, for some of you guys that do other recreational activities, maybe you feel a little weird when you go out and you're interacting with others. It doesn't give you that feeling. You're not going to get up to the checkout counter and be like, what's a credit card? Like, you're not going to have that awkwardness in public like you would with other stuff. The hemp flower, pretty awesome, and that's at $19.99, I believe. AlamoRemedy.com, promo code PTG at checkout. You get the gummies, lotion, tincture oil, capsules, or the hemp flowers. Promo code PTG at checkout for 10% off your order. AlamoRemedy.com. If you get anything, let us know. Tag us when you get your stuff at PassGrayPod, at Alamo Remedy, and at Alamo Remedy CBD on Twitter and Instagram. We want them to know that you guys are supporting the people that are supporting us. Alamo Remedy CBD, the best CBD in the entire world. Use our promo code PTG at checkout at AlamoRemedy.com for 10% off of your order. This is the Not Cool segment. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool, man.
Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool. That's not cool. All right, guys, and if you'd like to submit your not cools to us, which is something that just makes you say, hey, man, that's not cool. It can be if you get sucker punched by someone when you weren't looking, that's not cool. If you stub your toe going to the restroom at night, that's also not cool. Hashtag PTG not cool at Pass the Gray Pod. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at not Pat Dan, and Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. We got our first listener submitted answers question from DJ Dan Holt on Twitter. Daniel Ramos is his name, and he says, I got the slowest gas pump ever. He tagged us in it and showed us the video, and that is a big not cool that like you forget about until it happens to you. And like it was the one where like you got the whole you're holding the handle down as much as you can, and it's going like if you're getting $20 worth, it's gonna take 10 minutes. And
It's
it was
one of the most frustrating things in the world.
Frustrating me to watch the video.
Oh, I could only
he
watch
sent me.
about 2 seconds.
I can't imagine.
turned it off.
I've been there
Can't
before.
watch
I've been in your shoes, and it is when you're stuck there. You're just like, God damn it, let's go, let's go. Is your pump pumping slow too? Mine. Okay, cool. It's both of us, and sometimes like not mine. Mine's fine. Yeah, cool. I'll just go fuck myself. That's cool.
You
Awesome.
talk to
Awesome.
other people when it happens?
I've asked that before.
I just get silently like let the rage build inside of me.
No, I'm always a guy. It's like if somebody else is like fuck that, I'm like yeah, fuck that shit, dude. Like I like anger in groups, which I kind of talk about it against sometimes.
See,
I feel like where it's like to me, I'm like
This
if
is why I
it's
hold it
happening to me,
inside.
but it's also happening to you. I feel a little bit better that like we're in this together and we're like fuck this gas pump, you know, like but if
Very
it's just me, I'm like
rarely-
why does the world want me to suffer?
very rarely when you get groups of angry people together does it come out well.
I'm not
Like,
talking
every so
large
often, we'll-
but I'm saying like one other
every
guy at
so
a
often
gas
we'll get
station.
good out of it.
Nice. One other guy at a
You'll get,
gas
like,
station. It's like okay,
The
cool.
Magna Carta and the Declaration of Independence. Every other time you get groups of angry people together, there's fires, rioting, hangings. Like it never ends well.
Gas
So
stations,
just keep that
not great
anger
for fire.
bottled up and just give yourself an ulcer.
It's always
the
nice though
responsibility
just to have
of
one
mankind.
guy. It's like, yeah, dude, fuck this place. I'm never coming to this mobile one again. I'm like, all right.
I feel like
I'm
it's
in.
usually Shell. I don't know why.
I don't know. It's been a while, knock on wood, for me since it's happened, and that is frustrating. It is infuriating. It's almost as
It's never like
as infuriating.
it's never when
as-
you've got nowhere to be.
Oh yeah, it's always like when you're late to work. And you're like,
Yeah,
I
it's
just gotta
never
get
on your
gas.
way home from work when you're like, I'm
So
just
you're
on my way
late to
home.
work
It's
and you
whatever.
didn't get gas on your way home the day before, but you knew you needed to. But I'm just going to leave early in the morning. You don't leave early in the morning. You're late, and then the gas thing takes 5 hours to fucking pump all of your gas.
So then, no, that's happened to me to where I just go, fuck it, I'm only putting $5 in.
Yeah, I'm out. I
And I'll
don't
get
care. I
gas
can
on my
get
way
to
home.
work. I'll figure it out on my way home.
Yeah.
This
And then,
is
of
your
course, you don't
fault,
do it on the way
gas
home. You got to
station.
do it again in the morning.
Or yeah, and then you put like 20. You give 20 to the cashier, so you're like, fuck.
Oh no, I
Change
don't
this
pay inside.
I don't either. Unless it's the
Because
card
then
reader
that's
froze.
part of the reason I never carry cash. I'm not paying inside because if I overestimate by $2, they get $2 because I don't know the protocol of going back inside. Like, well, I didn't use it all. Can I have my money back now, please?
Yeah. I'm just
I didn't.
gonna-
That's never come up in my life, and I hope it never does.
I'm not. Yeah. And then your brother is the exact opposite, where he's like, I only believe in cash because the internet's fake.
Yes. Two ends of the spectrum.
Very opposite ends. Very opposite ends. That is infuriating to me.
That's a
This
great
week,
one.
We only have 2 listener not cools. Like, so you guys keep them coming. I'm glad y'all had good weeks. Hashtag
Yeah.
PG not cool.
Hey,
@PassMePod.
congratulations on all of your good Thanksgivings. Like, I
Yeah,
thought we were going to have at
congrats.
least one. Like, my dickhead uncle.
I was hoping Ashley would have something with like, maybe her father-in-law tried to like fuck
Oh,
a
yeah.
turkey or something like
Well,
that. I don't know. I don't know.
She sent us one, but it wasn't a not cool. It was just a weird thing that he does.
Okay.
Did you not see it?
I have not seen it yet. So
It's
we'll
not
get that
cool,
one
so it
next
doesn't
week. We'll
fit
get that one
either.
next week
Yeah.
then. All right. Our final listener submitted not cool. I was infuriated by Daniels. This is one of my biggest pet peeves. You guys know I'm a big cart return guy. This is right up with cart returns. David Ruiz @David_Ruiz. Both David and Dan are competing for Rookie of the Year at the Gravies Awards. I mean, it is like last year where we had a bunch of guys that were newbies. We had Josh Tree Caudle, who was new. We had Brett Brandon. We had all kinds of guys like that. that we thought was maybe our best rookie class ever. We got like 8 deep that could win a Gravies Award. But I would say up in the hunt right now, Daniel Ramos and David Ruiz. David Ruiz at David_Ruiz90. His not cool this week is I hate it when I get in my car after getting out of the store and people are honking at me because they want me to pull out for my parking spot. I'm like, shit, I'll pull out whenever I fucking feel like it. Let me check my Twitter feed. Let me get through this round of Among Us. Then I'll pull out of my parking spot. Do not rush me.
Yeah, fuck that. You know what you should do next time? As soon as they do that, turn your car off, get out, act like you're going inside. They'll freak out because they'll be like, I thought I just saw the guy get in his car. It'll fuck up their head. And then as soon as they pull forward, run back and get in and then fucking pull out.
Dude, the same people that wait, and I exclude you if you are old. If you're old. If you're an elderly person, okay, I'll give you a pass.
The rules of the road don't apply to them.
It infuriates me, but then I see you, like when you're behind somebody, it's like going slow as fucking left-hand lane, you move over, you're like, that guy's 80. You know what? All right. I'm not as mad anymore. You move on. But when I see, and even when I'm walking and it's not my spot that they want, when I see someone holding up, creating 4 cars in a parking row because they want the 4th spot, and it's always in the front because then there's people that can't turn into that row because some asshole is still like, well, I want the 3rd spot because this lady's unpacking her car. It's like, motherfucker, just go 100 feet further and pull into an empty parking spot and use your able-bodied motherfucking legs and walk.
Because
Like,
the
they
amount of time
get-
it
you
takes
have
them to
legs
wait for that,
so you can walk.
they actually cost
Not
themselves
so-
time.
It's wasting so much time. I always, my big thing is I go in, I pull in from the back, and if the first fucking open spot I can see, if I can't see an open spot down the way, I don't go. I'm just like, all right, fine. There's like the HEB I usually go to get groceries at. I know where I park at the back cart corral, like right near there. Where I'm like, this is gonna be easy to put my cart in around like whichever the closest spot is. That boom, got it, nailed it. Let me go in because I have feet. I have legs. I know how to walk. I can get out of my car, walk from, believe it or not, the very back of the parking lot. Like, not even a whole football field. Can walk all the way in. Can walk all the way around the grocery store like most of these people do, where they're walking using their fucking feet. And then I can walk back to my car. That same, like, 100, 200 feet. Whatever. I don't understand I'm going to wait 30 minutes. And if you fucking do the same thing that David had happen to him, I've done it before where I've done it during fucking Christmas season where it's like Memorial City Mall packed. People are fucking, if you follow me to my car, if you follow me because you want to find me walking in my parking spot, I will walk all the way around that goddamn fucking parking lot. I will walk around it forever. I will go in fucking circles just to make you waste your time. Because at that point, I'm like, I don't give a fuck where I'm going. Like, I don't care if I'm late somewhere. I don't care what's going on. I am going to fuck you over for trying to be that guy. Because when you wait for a parking spot, then you cause traffic. And then that's just causing more problems because nobody likes traffic. So don't be that guy. Just find a fucking spot.
This just inspired me. I'm going to buy a pack of cigarettes so that if anyone ever does that, I can just hop out and have a cigarette. And if they look at me, be like, I don't smoke inside my car.
Wife won't allow it.
Yeah. Like, you can go. I don't smoke inside my car. Get out of here. Like, the most I'll do is I'll do one turn in a parking spot or in a parking lot because I like to park.
A turn is different. A turn is different.
No, but that's what I'm saying because I like to park next to the car corral.
I'm always
so
in
sometimes
motion.
I'll go past the very back one because I think I see a spot up next to the closer one, and then as I pull up, I'm like, oh, it was just a small car. So I'll turn, and then on the next row, I'll park in the fucking back.
That's not the same
all the
thing.
way in the back
because you're not stopping. If you stop, if you stop while someone's backing up, that's different because then you immediately pull in. But if you see someone with a cart and they're unloading groceries and you're just like, I'm just gonna sit here and wait for the 19th parking spot in this row, it's like, go fuck yourself.
When is
like, you know what? One of my big
this is what I was thinking about as you were talking. When is the earliest you're allowed to wait? I think it's as they're stepping in and closing the door. You can stop then.
No.
But I was going to say,
as
even
they're
that's
backing
iffy.
up, if they're not backing up, you better fucking move on.
I was going to say,
Move
as
on.
long as
If
they're
you have to
getting
hit,
in right
if
then,
you
I can
stop,
understand
if
it.
you stop your car, not because of another car, you are creating traffic to other cars.
I like that better. I was just saying I think I would accept it. But I've seen people who the person's loading the last into their trunk and going to close the door and they'll stop. No, because it's going to take them at least 10 to 15 seconds to get into their car, turn it on, and be able to turn around to even look what's going on if there's nothing else going on. If you've got kids that are in the car too, it takes longer than that.
And if you
Just
have
fucking circle.
if you have nobody behind you, that's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. But my big thing
But
is
you
when,
never
like,
know when there will be someone behind
when
you.
I leave the grocery store and I'm walking out and I just see like 3 cars behind some jackass that wants the 87th spot. And it's like, dude, it's not a crowded parking lot. Like, you just want just go 4 spots over. I like to point and be like, "Ooh, there's one right there. Just go there. Just go there. Stop being such a fat fuck. Just use your fucking legs. You can we have a problem
So
with
brutal.
obesity in this country, probably because of that shit.
This is what I've always
That's
said.
You're walking in a goddamn grocery store. If you're in a wheelchair, you already got a handicap thing. You don't need to worry about it. If you need those little carts, just fucking be a normal person and do that. The same people that wait for parking spots and hold up other people because they don't care about other people's time are the same people that just put shopping carts, they pop it
Yeah.
up on the curb. Like, yeah, someone will get it. I don't care if it runs someone
I've
else's
said
car.
this for years, and I've probably said it on here. If my fat ass has no problem walking from the back of the parking lot, you've got no excuse. I don't care if you've got kids with you. Guess what? They can walk too. They're kids. They're not super fat. If they are, they need to walk. Just walk.
Yeah, they're
Just
young.
walk. It's not hard.
They got young legs.
No, and like I said, cart corrals go pretty far back in the parking lot. So you can usually park close to one in the back and find an easy parking spot.
Yeah.
I get it. Sometimes you go on a Saturday, these things can be super fucking packed and it's difficult. I also tend to shop at just irregular, weird times when I go to the grocery store.
Stay in motion. Stay in motion. Do not stop and hold up other people. If you're holding up another person, that's my big pet peeve about people that back into parking spots where it's like, hey man, you passed that parking spot and then you were backing into it. It's not my responsibility to then hit my car in reverse. I'm going to wait here. You
Oh
fucked
no,
up.
the people
You
that
keep
try
on
and
going, bud.
the people that try and back into one, go fuck yourself.
Well, yeah, but it's easier to pull out. It's,
Well,
yep,
no-
it's
no.
easier also to just
You
back
saw
out
me.
when you're leaving. That's also
You
easy.
saw me pull past it and then hit my brakes so I could back in. Oh no, you're right. I saw you pull past it. Guess what? They're slanted for a reason now, dickhead.
I did that in the parking lot a while back, and it was just the guy pulled back and he was waiting on that, and then he held his hand out the window, and I was just like, hey, I'm not moving.
Oh, big sorry,
Not
I didn't
moving.
realize.
And then he pulled
because
up,
you
and
pulled
I
past
just
it.
didn't even take that spot. I didn't even take a spot. I just wanted to I was like, fuck you. It's the principle. It's the principle.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. But if you are going to hold up other people, I am going to make you hold up other people for longer. So those people then hate you. So the karma towards you is worse. I'll check my emails. I'll respond to some emails. Maybe I'll call Pat and just be like, hey, Pat, what's going on? Who are you betting on today? Oh, I'm just
Hey.
waiting in my car for this dickhead that's waiting for me to back out. No, I'm not going to back out. I'm not going. I have no plans anytime. Oh, he's gone. All right, cool. I'll back out now.
It's like Alec Baldwin taught us in Glengarry Glen Ross. ABC. Always be circling.
Always be circling. Stay in motion. Stay in motion.
Stay
be
in
a
motion,
dick.
people. Simp.
If you are causing someone in a parking lot to have to wait on you and it's not because you're backing up out of your spot, go fuck yourself. That's our
Always simp in parking lots. Stay in motion, people.
Simping in parking lots. We always simp in parking lots. That's something we're very, very adamant about here on this podcast. All right. That was a very good, not cool. I sort of hijacked it, but that does get me. That does get me, David. That is fucking the worst, and I'm glad that you want to finish your game of play 10 more games of Among Us if they're gonna wait. Who cares? If you're gonna wait, obviously you got all day. So do I. I'm gonna call my grandpa and see how he's doing. Let me call him real quick. Hey, Grandpa, how you doing? Oh, you can't hear me? Good. I'll get out and go yell louder so these people can hear me. Fuck those people. Fuck those people. And now I'm in a bad mood. But let me move on to mine. I said I used Alamo Remedy to help me with this. I'll start off this week. I've had a crick in my neck, and it's into my upper back for 3 days now. And it was weird because it wasn't a crick that I got in my neck from sleeping on it weird. Because I was getting out of the shower and I was drying my hair off. And then I don't know what happened. I moved my head one way and then it just I was like, what the fuck? Like, why did my neck get all tight in here? And like, it's gotten better each day. So I don't think it's anything severe, but it was annoying. I hate it. So I've used some Alamo Remedy, the cucumber melon lotion. I've been rubbing it on the back of my neck each day. It has improved, as most things will when you use the Alamo Remedy cream for you. But it's just like a crick in your neck. There's nothing worse than when you got to turn around to like back up or do whatever you got to do in your car or back out of your space, and you're just like and like you always forget, and then you
What do you like?
But that is that is like, you all understand my noise I just made. That is how everybody feels when they turn with like a crick in their neck. You just,
Yep.
Stop. I hate that. Like it's the worst. It's the worst. I don't understand. There's lactic acid, whatever. But like, I've never had one, I don't think, where it just came on suddenly. Like I've had them where I woke up with them. But like, I was like drying my head off with a towel.
Welcome to the other side of 30, friend.
I know. Is this like my body's just dying?
Robert had a different smile on his face when he said that. Like, hey, you guys are old.
Stupid, you idiots.
You bunch of olds.
Look, son, one day we're going to pass away, and this podcast is all going to be yours.
He's like, and I will sell to the lowest bidder.
I will burn it to the ground.
No, I have things with like my back. If I sleep weird, my back will start hurting.
Yeah.
So,
Well, do you ever
I get
wake
it.
up and you have like a soreness in your back, and then like if you're watching the video version, this is much better, but like your shoulder blades like all the way over. Like, why did I sleep like that? Like, why did I think, or like your back is arched? You're like, why did my body think like this is comfortable?
Mhm.
I'll
Well-
sleep like this for 4 hours.
Well, because the way that'll happen is usually it's when you're on vacation. And when you're on vacation, it's because you're very drunk when you fall asleep. So you fall asleep in weird places. And there's a
Robert
combination
doesn't
of that.
drink, though, so like then Robert would never have that excuse. But it's always just like you fall asleep in the weird. You're like, why did I wake up like sort of like leaning over? Like it makes no sense. And then you're just like, oh, yeah, no shit, dumbass. Like that's why your shoulder blade area is sore, because you slept with it like you were curled over.
I'll piggyback on
Really,
yours
me
here a little
sleeping
bit
like
too.
an idiot, I guess.
Is getting the crick in your neck is when you go and like, for a holiday or whatever, you go sleep at your parents for the weekend, and you sleep in a different bed than you're used to, and then you wake up the next day and you're like, man, why is my back a little tight? And you're like, different mattress.
Yeah.
Your body gets used to it, and you sleep in a different mat, and it's not bad, like it doesn't hurt, but just like as you stand up from everything, you go that, I got to move the back slowly on that one.
We're getting
And
old.
also partially because it's that, you're on vacation, you're drinking a shit ton, so that probably has something to do with it, and you fall asleep in a weird
You
angle.
just
But
sound like old man Robert. You just-
I slept in two different beds while I was at my parents', and I slept in one room one night and a different one the other night. I don't know why, because I was
That's how you
drunk.
slept in 2 different beds. Okay.
Yeah, and both nights I woke up with a different, just sort
One
of
in one
stiffness.
room, the other in the other room.
Yeah, no, I switched mattresses. I pulled it out of
I
one
bought another
room.
mattress.
I in the middle of the night, I was blacked out drunk, and I pulled one mattress out of one room, one out of the other, and I flipped them, just to confuse everyone in the house. But yeah,
That
just
really
that
threw 'em
little
for a
bit of that stiffness that you get from sleeping on a weird mattress. It's not cool.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I
I've had
got
a pretty
one
good
more-
week in general in the last week, so like that's why like a crick in my neck is my biggest not cool.
I mean, it's hard to have a bad week when it's Thanksgiving week, man.
I was at the beach, dude. It was dope.
That sounds pretty nice.
I also did not get better at spike ball, so that is maybe another not cool. So that professional spike ball league for me, maybe I'm gonna have to go into coaching. Because those that don't do coach, and those
Yeah.
that don't coach gym.
My other not cool is I had bought a pork ribeye roast the other day just because I saw it was a good price, and I was going to do it in the oven, and I was like, you know what? No, Wednesday I'm going to slow cook that son of a bitch. I'm going to go to the store, get all my stuff, and it's so like I looked up some recipes, and you can either slow cook on high for 4 to 6 hours or low for like 8 to 9. I was like, oh, I'm going low. Well, I didn't get up till 11 o'clock today because I stayed up till 4 playing video games.
Sick brag.
And I was like, well, by the time I go to the store, get everything, get it in there, and start cooking, it wouldn't be ready till 8:30, 9 o'clock tonight. I'm not going to want it then. So my not cool is not me. It's time. I ran out of time.
I have a question.
It's not my fault. It's time's fault.
This might be a dumb question, but is there such thing as like fast cooking? Something.
Yeah, it's called a microwave.
But like you can't like fast cook it on like a barbecue grill.
Well, actually, I would say yes. And here's what it is. Have you ever heard of getting your steak Pittsburgh style?
With steel on it,
It's when
and it's a pirate.
that's actually very close. That's where it comes from. It's
A
Pittsburgh.
penguin serves it up.
It's supposed to be served rare, but assholes now. It's when you get the whatever you're cooking on very very hot, and you throw the meat on there.
Like searing it, basically.
And you sear it very hard to get a hard outer bunch, and then you flip it so it's very like it's a harder outside, little
Tough to
bit of
get
crunchy
into,
maybe,
but it's soft on the inside.
but it's rare on the inside. Well, now people all the time are like, I want it Pittsburgh, but I want it medium, and we're like, well, that's simply not possible, ma'am. But that's how I want it. So like you can put it in the oven first and then do it, but it's not the same. But the reason that comes from is in Pittsburgh, steel workers and shit, they'd be working with all the machinery. They'd have their whatever cut of meat they had for lunch, and they would just throw it on the side of whatever fucking steel was there to heat it up and cook it just a little bit enough to eat it. And that's where that's why it's called Pittsburgh, because the whatever metal tubing they were working with was super fucking hot. So it'd be like 8 seconds one side, 8 seconds the other. That's fucking lunch.
Hey, I think we all learned something today.
Yeah, or at least that's what I've heard. That's
I'll
probably
take
not
it,
fucking
Pittsburgh, man.
true.
I'll
That's
have
what
that
makes me
steak,
mad.
Pittsburgh. A Pittsburgh steak, please.
It makes me mad. It makes the kitchen even madder when they're like, Pittsburgh, can I get it? I don't even like it when they order it medium rare. I'm like, no, it's
What is
rare.
Is it medium rare plus?
Oh, that makes I don't even.
Is
correct
it
people
medium rare
anymore.
plus or Pittsburgh, which is more infuriating?
Medium rare plus, without a doubt.
Okay. But they're both
Without
about the
a
same,
doubt.
kind of, right?
Well, I mean, no, Pittsburgh's fine as long as you
Pittsburgh
get it rare.
feels like you watch like a YouTube video or you listen to a podcast and we're like, the next steak I have, I'm going to order Pittsburgh. And you
Well,
just
it's
wanted
not
to
that
find a cool-
uncommon of a thing. It's not. But when people like,
You
and I
ask
get
them
it.
if they're from Pittsburgh, and then if they
It-
don't, you should shame them.
If you go to like Perry's or something like that, it is a steakhouse. That's what they do all day long. Order medium rare plus or medium plus, whatever you want.
If you're at Chili's and they have a steak on the menu, don't.
Like, and we're an expensive
I mean,
place. but
honestly,
we're
get the
not
triple
a
dipper
steak.
at Chili's or just
Yeah.
go home.
We're not a steak house. That's not what we do. If steakhouse is not in the name, do not order. I don't, like I said, I don't even correct people anymore. You know what I do?
What's plus?
It's between medium rare and medium.
So
So instead of- instead of
it's
serving
the
it at-
Karen of orders,
Instead of serving it at 125, I'd like mine cooked to 130.
but not quite 130, 129 and a half.
But here's the thing. I don't even correct them anymore. I just give it to a medium rare. And I'd say like 95 out of 100 times they don't know.
Unless all you do is eat steak, you probably wouldn't know.
And like we used to tell people, well, we don't do plus, and they're just like, well, just try anyway. That's what they say every time. Just try. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna give it
And if
to
I
you medium
fuck
rare,
it
and you're not gonna fucking know
up-
the difference. And there's a 50-50 chance my guy on the grill is gonna fuck it up and not cook and overcook it for medium rare anyway, and you're still not gonna know the fucking difference. So you're getting medium rare. Fucking deal with it. Send it back if you don't like it. But if you send it back, I'm gonna hate you even more.
The side salad comes on top. I send it back. I had to get an office reference in there.
You can't do that in mid sip of beer, man. I almost sprayed every electronic surface I had in this house.
Robert, what's your not coolest steak?
I didn't really have one until like
Oh,
maybe
wow.
20 minutes ago when, as I was drinking my water, I saw that there's a dead bug in it. And I'm like,
Protein, baby.
I'm like more than halfway through it of this water
Like a
bottle.
protein drink, basically.
And you
And
haven't
there's, like-
tasted it yet.
And I saw that there's a dead fruit fly in it. I noticed something when I put it down. I'm like, what is that? Like, oh, I thought it was just like a floaty. Then I looked at it closely because it was bigger, like big and too big to be like a floaty.
What the fuck is a floaty?
Like when you've eaten and then you take a sip of something and then like sometimes like you get
It's
backwash.
backwash.
But like floaties, I know what floaties are.
Yeah.
Floaties are that or in your eye. Sometimes you just have that weird little circle that goes around. Like those are floaties.
That's a floaty.
No, floaties are also, I've also heard it referred to drinks. So you do not shame Robert. Do not shame
You
Robert.
guys need to
Robert
stop
knows the correct
wasting
term.
food. No, I'm not shaming him. That's just I've never heard that before in my life.
Well, we're all learning something today.
Speaking of floaties, I think we've already asked this before, but like when you floss, hopefully you guys floss. I floss every day. But if you guys floss, like when you get a little, my back teeth, say you had a steak the night before, you get a little meat out of it. What do you do with it?
Eat it.
If it was the night before, I would not eat it.
It's in your mouth.
Yeah.
Well,
here's the thing.
You eat that.
After I eat, if I feel something like I'll floss right after eating.
I got a couple hot spots in my mouth. I'm like, there's always gonna get stuff stuck here. There's always gonna be stuff stuck here.
Yeah.
The left side of my mouth, I have 2 spots.
Yeah, if it's right after I've eaten, then yeah, I'll eat it. But like if it's hours later or a day later or something like that,
it's in your mouth still.
No meat wasted. No meat wasted.
No,
Robert.
I mean if it's a leftover piece of a pea. I don't know.
Robert, it's a little bit of meat too. It's
like, what am I supposed to do? Wash the floss off?
It's not like you leave a steak out on the back porch for a night and then you go after it in the morning. It's not that drastic.
Your mouth is basically a microwave anyways. If you think
about it this way. You were slow cooking that meat for 8 hours at 98.6 degrees.
Smoking the meat.
I don't know. I couldn't do it.
I get it, but I'm also.
I always just wonder, like, what do you do?
Picky.
And people are like, well, you just flick it off. I'm like, but then like, you're just putting like mouth gunk on your bathroom.
No. You just flick it off, you fucking animal. No, if you don't want it on there,
eat it.
you grab it. You just grab it off the floss and then run your finger underneath the faucet to let it go down the drain. If you're not.
Oh wow!
Eat it.
So you run the faucet the whole time you're flossing, and you hate the environment. Wow.
No, you just turn the faucet on to do that.
Lot. Oh well, that's another step.
No, I've never been someone to leave the faucet running.
I've
never been that guy.
So much. I leave it running so
much. I actually did it the other day. I was as I was brushing my teeth. I'm like, I get to the top. I do bottom first, then top.
I always do it when I'm brushing.
I'm on the top, and I go, "Why did I leave this faucet running?" I never do. I always turn it on as because like I've said many times on this program, if I am nothing if not a conservationist.
We always say that about you.
Yeah.
People always say that about Pat. I guess that was all of our not cools. That was a pretty we've had a good week as a group. I feel like the last couple of weeks might have been tough for us all, but I think we've had a good one. And I'm happy our not cools aren't crazy. Like we can't go that long with that because we got to have some entertainment. But I think the 2 listener submitted ones, those were nails, and I'm happy that ours weren't bad not cools. Moving on, let's get to our answers segment. There is no such thing as a stupid question.
The stupid people.
No. If you got a high thought, something you thought of in the shower, something you thought of while drunk, something you saw on the internet but wanted to hear our opinions on, just something you wanted to ask about life in general, at Pass the Grade Pod, hit us up. Use the hashtag PTG Answers at Pass the Grade Pod. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at Not Pat Dan. Robert is at Robert Barbosa03. This is the Answers segment brought to you by Little M Air Fresheners. Like PassTheGravyMerch.com. Little M is having a Cyber Week sale. You get 10% off of all orders with the code CyberWeek2020, all one word. You're going to get air fresheners. They're still 50 cents a pop. They have some new items in their store for you. They get the 2020 pandemic-themed holiday cards. Maybe you don't want to take the holiday card pictures. Just get some from littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com. 2020 pandemic-themed holiday cards. If you can't be with the ones you love, send them a card. Let them know that you're thinking about them. They're pretty cool looking, and I think you guys would like them. So go check it out, littlemshop.com. Also, they got some new pink ribbon keychains and updated pink ribbon stickers. They've also restocked the infamous getaway car keychain. They can hardly keep that bad boy in stock. And don't sleep on the sticker sheets, hand-printed journals, compact mirrors, or the hand-printed canvas tote bags. They're full of secrets, and you guys want to know the secrets. littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com. Use promo code CyberSale2020 at checkout for 10% off of all orders through Cyber Week. The offer ends on Friday, so 10% off all orders with Cyber Week 2020 as your promo code, all one word, at littlemshop.com. That's littleemshop.com, the official sponsor of the Answers segment that we will begin right now.
Just answer the questions. Why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question. Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
All right. Our first answers question comes to us from our podcast son, Skylar Lester. And Skylar says, hold on, my thing just refreshed. All right, here we go. Skylar says, what if you could, I was about to say, like, somebody else read this. I can't see it right now. Skylar says, what if you could record silence and then play it on loudspeakers on full blast to make the whole room quiet?
That would be the best thing ever. And like literally, you guys
Son,
know
are you
how
smoking the dope again?
when
You think
how
doing
happy
marijuana is cool?
Alex, think about it this way. You know how happy you get every so often when you throw me on mute during this and how much joy it brings you? Imagine doing that in real life. Someone's talking.
Like this. Oh, just like that. Just like that. I was just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but just imagine at any point you could hold up your phone in the middle of someone talking and they are no longer can they be heard. I guess you'd probably need a bigger speaker. But like,
I don't
if you
see how
you could just carry a speaker backpack.
his whole question was, what if?
It would
That'd
be awesome.
Sick if.
That's the what if. It'd be awesome.
Not can you? Because like if you record silence and then jack it all the way up, you can't make a loud room silent because you're playing silence over it.
No, but it's what if. Now it's not that
That'd be sick.
all of a sudden you could do it in an opposing stadium to negate the crowd. No, because still you could not be heard. It'd be like being in space. It's just nothing.
It's a vacuum.
Actually, it'd be like being in an isolation chamber, which I want to try sometime. That
try
sounds
too.
sick.
Let's all do that.
But-
Somebody, hey, whoever's listening, if you have access to an isolation chamber and you want to hook us up, we will do pro bono. We'll do a whole ad thing on it if y'all want to let us try it out.
It'd be dope. It would be like honestly the
I've also
ultimate
heard
troll
that like
move.
people like freak out in it though.
Yeah.
Because you can like hear your heartbeat, and I was like, I don't know, I think I might freak out.
But see,
Bobby, you think
I've
you
also
could do that.
oh
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to do it. I would probably freak out too, just like hearing like the blood flow through your veins and stuff.
But like
it
it'd be
pounding
kind of
in your
cool.
head.
But I've also heard like after you've done it, like the first time you freak out, and then I've heard the second time you go that it's like an addiction. Like it's like the most relaxing thing ever, and like you come out and you're so like loose and just chill, and like I've heard it's awesome. And also on Stranger Things, they did it with 11, and that really was like I might have superpowers.
ooh, you know what?
So I don't want.
I'm more than halfway done with Sunny.
Do it.
Is that what I need to watch next? Because I've still never watched Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Stranger
watch
Things
it.
is good, dude, and you'd like it. It's like
I know I
I'm
would.
surprised you haven't already watched it. Honestly, like it's.
I
Like, seems
just-
like something you'd be into.
I was in the middle of other
Weird.
stuff when it started, and
In the beginning, it's weird watching like when you're watching like kids at a certain point. You're like they're like way younger than me. This is weird, but then you're like, I don't care. Like this is not real. I felt weird like watching. Like I don't really care about a 13-year-old.
I mean, is it any more weird than reading it?
I
Because in
never was
it,
into it.
neither did I. But apparently, in the actual book, Stephen King had a bunch of kids fuck each other at the end as an orgy.
Oh
Yeah, they didn't put that in the movie. But yeah, like as
Probably
a
a good
celebration, they all like just have an orgy and all fuck the chick. And they're like 12. So Stephen King, you're a sick fuck.
He's a Red Sox fan, so
I knew that was gonna happen. I fucking
Said
knew you
set
were gonna
yourself
say
up
that.
for that. You set yourself up. Moving on.
I didn't set myself up for shit. There's
That
pedophiles
would
in
be-
every fan base.
That would be cool. I think that I didn't
It'd
say
be
Stephen
awesome.
King was a pedophile, to be clear. I did not say Stephen King was a pedophile.
Yeah, I didn't mean it that way. I'm just saying.
I just said, you know, if he's weird, it's probably because he's Red
He
Sox
wrote
fan,
about kids fucking each other.
which is not illegal.
It's not.
We don't.
It's not
we
cool,
don't
but it's not
condone
illegal.
that. We don't condone that. But I'm just gonna get out of this before there's no easy way to get out. Moving on. Yeah, it would be cool if you could do that, son. I don't think you can, Skylar. But if you have the ability to do that, I mean, you're a bright young man, and I think if somebody can find a way to drown out sound,
Yeah. Well,
that
if you
actually
don't,
would be the worst thing if you think about it, because then like weaponized, that ruins a lot of stuff.
Oh, there would definitely be a super villain that just built the biggest speaker ever and played it out over like a whole city.
Verbal trademark on that. Verbal trademark on that with Skylar, since Skylar submitted to us that some Bond villain or some villain in some show, that is their thing. And it doesn't make
That's
you
pretty
deaf.
dope.
It just makes you not able to hear anything.
I was
'Cause,
just
like,
wondering.
imagine going to
all
like
the
a
deaf
rally
people-
or whatever.
All the deaf people walking around would be like, "Why does everyone like seem like they're acting weird right now?"
Yeah. And they're like, we can't hear anything. And I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, learn this language. It's called sign language, motherfucker.
Like, oh, who's in charge now, bitch?
But that's not how they would say it, but I get you. Pat was he doesn't know sign.
Well,
He
I
doesn't
don't know how to
sign
sign
language,
that, and also you can't
Maybe
sign
figure
over
it out.
podcasts.
You can if you're watching the video version, but yes, please
But,
don't
I mean,
sign
tech-
because it was not great for most of the audience.
No, I wasn't trying to sign. I was
No,
just.
I don't think you're. I was joking.
Yeah.
I'm doing
Also,
this so they
Skylar,
can't
you
see
can.
us.
Skylar, you can totally do this if you don't care about other people thinking you're rude. You can just put on noise cancellation headphones at any time, even mid sentence of other people.
Weird thing though, like my AirPods, the new ones, they have a noise cancellation thing.
ones.
Yeah, not to brag, but they have a noise cancellation feature in them.
pairs.
And I had no, the new ones I have, but I had to turn
I'm
I had-
interrupting Alex.
I had to turn the air or the noise cancellation feature off because at work, like somebody beeped into the office I was in, like was talking to me. I did not respond, and then they touched me on the shoulder, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like I thought somebody snuck up on me. I was like, "All right, I can't. Nope, too much. It's weird." It was weird, and it's like I could still hear you gently, like if you were in the room with me, and I hit the noise cancellation. But like if I'm focused on something else, like if I was working on stuff for work, like on the computer, and did not at all hear any of that. And it was like they're like I was saying, Alex, hello, can you hear me? And I was like, oh, my bad. So
What's it like
That
if you
would
have
be-
one in?
I'm fine then. I can hear it. Like it
But like,
cancels
what
it out.
is it weird? Like,
It just
are
sounds
you just
like it's
deaf
like-
in one ear?
No, you can like you have to have both of them. It has to be like sealed,
Okay.
I guess, as they say. I don't know. It feels like it's like an airtight door, and if like not all of it's in, it doesn't work.
Okay.
Moving on though.
Moving on.
Our next question, Josh Tree Caudle at Joshua Tree 7 with the serious candidate for MVP of the year. He says, how can field judges stay socially distanced while holding the poles on 3rd and 1? Really, we have Kara that drive themselves.
Cars that drive themselves. Why do
We
they
have
still
cars
measure
that
burst
drive
downs and
themselves.
poles on
All
a
right,
chain?
you read that, Pat. Read that over.
How
again.
can field judges stay social distancing holding the poles on 3rd and 1? Really? We have cars that drive themselves. Why do they still measure first downs with poles with a chain on them? All right, well, here's the you can't stay socially distanced on that, but what you do is you wear your mask when you cannot stay socially distanced.
Although if they're gonna they're gonna find players and coaches. I've seen quite a few referees this week do the thing that bugs me a lot with people with face masks, where they think that they can't talk with their face mask on. Where like have you been?
Then they pull it down to talk to you?
I've seen so many people where it's like, hey man, you're defeating the whole purpose of the face mask when every time you speak, you're like, I can hear you. I got you, bro.
It's
I
a little
gotcha.
muffled, but I'm wearing mine right now. Do any of y'all know at home?
Well, that's a Pass the Gravy podcast face cover. So obviously that's a perfect face cover. So you would never
Perfect.
have any issue hearing through it. But you can hear
Oh,
through
wait, hold on. But let me turn
most-
it down so you can hear me.
You can hear through most like face covers, face masks. I think it's weird when people do the like, yeah. So, anyways, let me tell. I'm like, no. Put your face mask. Put it back on. It's neither one of us are being helped by you having a face mask now around your chin. So, I don't
Really,
understand that.
the main thing is to have a robot that small that would
a
carry
lot of refs
that.
have been doing that though.
The reason you need humans is because they can just know where the ball is, see it faster, and move to where it is. Because like a robot would have to like send out a laser to track where the ball is, and that's just very expensive.
One of the like most intense moments in a game that is not revolving your team, and even one with your team, but it's easier to watch, is like when they're like the Giants had it happen to them against the Bengals on Sunday, where I don't know. Did he get enough for the first down? And then they have the chains go out to the field, and then you have all right, we're all good. Then you stretch the chains to see if it goes past the ball or not. And you're like, oh, no.
Can't do that with robots.
It's fourth down. Like the lasers, I'm always like, dude, it got past the yellow line on the TV. That's a first down. And they're like, well, actually, that was like a half-yard short. And you're like, well, fucking who's the yellow line guy? Let me see that guy. Fuck him.
Yeah, they talk about human error all the time. They don't talk enough about robot error.
Which, shout out robots. We like you guys. You guys
It's
are cool.
It's not that often.
But
It's not that often. But when robots mess
do fuck
up, they
up
tend to mess up by a wide margin. Because if you place a 0 or a 1 in the wrong spot,
0 1 0 0 1. It's like no 0
It's-
1 0 1 1 1.
it's catastrophic.
Absolutely catastrophic. Absolutely catastrophic. But yeah, I mean, I think they stay socially distanced. They can't be with like the 6 foot rule, but that's really without a mask. I do think that like the guy that was the head official for the Giants Bengals game on Sunday, every time he had to click his little mic pack so he could talk to the stadium and the TV and be like, the rule of the field is being reviewed for a catch. And it was like, don't pull your mask down. Talk with all of the coaches have microphones over their masks and they're able to function.
Yeah.
Besides John Gruden, who apparently still is just like, fuck you, NFL. I will wear this. And I understand. I think the logic is just for it's just for TV because like these guys practice all the time together. And it's like, if somebody's exposed, yeah, whatever. I understand. I don't understand how all of it works, but as not a doctor, it's like I think that they're usually isolated pretty much together. So whatever. We are watching a Wednesday game as we're recording this. So yeah, I think that they can be socially distanced because of masks.
Yeah.
But
That's what the masks are for, is when you cannot
we don't
distance.
need robots. We don't need robots because the robots are coming for us. It's inevitable. We cannot speed up the process.
Hey, robots have their own things going on. They're not just tools for us. Remember this, guys. We love you. We love you.
Remember that. We
robots.
love you,
We're on your
robots.
side.
We love you. We love you. We're on Team Robot. But also, like, they're not just for vacuums, man. Like, they're for personality. Cletus, my favorite robot. Do you have a favorite robot?
Bender.
Robert, do you have a favorite robot?
Hi,
Robot.
Robot.
I thought you
Robert,
meant like you yourself
actually,
was a robot.
I'm actually kind of shocked. Robert's favorite robot would not be the Roomba.
No, it's like robot slavery if you think about it.
But no, Bender Bendington Rodriguez is my favorite robot.
I like
From
Cletus. He was the
Futurama.
football playing robot. I had to explain to my British friend Mike Fish on my other podcast like why he was so cool. He didn't understand. I was like, no, that guy just came out there and he would spike the football and he was a robot. And he was like, did he say anything? I was like, no, he didn't have to say anything. He was Cletus, the football spiking robot, and that was all I wanted.
It was just an animation, guys. That's all.
I was like,
Don't
I was
overthink
like,
it.
but I was like, he was like with the general where like Fox was like, well, we found out how to make a robot, but we really only have like 2 things he can do, and it's do this and then spike a football. And they're like, do that every single show, like every single football broadcast, do that. I'm like, hell yeah, we're back from commercial break. It's time for the second half. Let's go. Because
Love
my
it.
brain, like, robot, awesome. Team Robot here. Don't kill us when you take over the world, please. Next one coming from Kevin Zietler via email, answers@PatsGreatPod.com. Kevin Zietler says, does the Statue of Liberty have the world's biggest vajayjay?
I'm going to assume no, because I don't think they built that in.
But, okay, good call. 'Cause she's covered in a
But
dress.
yeah, I mean, it's just I can't even put a but on that.
Hypothetically
No,
speaking,
there's no puss under there.
I feel like there's bigger things. There's bigger, like, statues, right?
No, I mean, the only bigger statue might be Jesus down in Rio de Janeiro, and he doesn't have a vagina.
I mean, the Sphinx is more, it's like more of like,
But the Sphinx isn't a woman. It's like a
is it not?
hybrid animal thing.
But it's like a Taurus chick maybe. And like she's laying down, but like, who knows? I'm going to say no.
I'm gonna say
no, because you know what? I think that Lady Liberty ain't just giving it out to anybody, you know?
The only
They-
clam
Nice
there.
and high and tight. And I don't think, it's that large.
The only clam there is in the ocean beneath her feet.
Mm-hmm. That's what the smell is.
Jesus Christ. Oh man, I was not ready for that one.
I'm just saying. I'm also saying that Robert Griffin being number 3 really throws me off watching a football game because that's a kicker's number. And every
Okay,
time I
this has
see
been driving
number
me
3,
nuts.
I just think I was like, is Baltimore kicking again?
All
Is that
game,
a failed kick attempt?
I don't think I've seen more drop passes in a game than I've seen just specifically Pittsburgh drop today. There's been like 9 drops, and I think Johnson has like 4 of them. Big Ben keeps putting it perfectly on these guys' hands, and they suck. This is why Pittsburgh always plays close games against teams they're way better than. You know, this isn't that close, but like,
Right. We can't keep talking about a game that's happening. as
sorry.
we're watching.
Catch the fucking ball.
That's my fault for bringing it up, but I was just saying Robert Griffin III wearing number 3 makes me think that there was like a
Weird.
fucked up like field goal every single play. And I'm like, why would you punt it from like your own 25? Or why would you kick it from your own 20? Like, oh no, it's Robert Griffin. He was trying to run. Never mind.
Yeah, it's super weird.
But
no. Stop
no,
thinking
Lady
about
Liberty
giant
does not.
vaginas.
Lady Liberty does not have the giantest vagina of all.
It's just
Moving
mind.
moving on. Luke Soin writes in again. Good to hear back from you, Luke Soin. He says, when introducing food into sex for the first time, what is the best cuisine to go with? Is dessert a cuisine?
Well, I was gonna say like the first thing that popped in my head was chocolate, but that's super like still sticky.
But
Maybe like strawberry.
I don't want
something
you-
simple.
I mean, I've seen like where was it? I don't remember the last time I saw Scarface, but like it was a long time ago. Like, did he have the naked chick with sushi on her? Like sushi would be a
Ooh.
solid cuisine. You don't want Mexican food because you have like sizzling fajitas.
Oh, you know
Like,
what the
you wanna
easiest one
burn her.
probably
You
is?
want to hurt her.
Edible underwear.
That's not a cuisine though.
It's edible.
To me, cuisine is a type of food.
Oh, so you're
And that's
thinking
why I
like,
was like, is dessert? Like, yeah. Do you want Mexican food, Italian food?
oh
do you
man,
want
last week
hot dogs, hamburgers on?
fucking Maria put a chicken palm on her box. It was fucking crazy.
You know some cold pasta? That's Carmela.
She put the gravy right on her nipples. It was a perfect Sunday. She cooked it all
I
morning.
love that.
Put the gravy
I
on
was
at night.
passing gravy all morning and night. I would like. I'm thinking of it as like, what kind of food is it?
Oh,
You know?
oh, so you're thinking like
That's why I was like, is dessert a cuisine?
Chinese,
Because dessert
Japanese.
obviously would be the go-to if you're like, yeah, you want to put, because I know people like ice on the nipples. Like you could put ice cream on the nipples. It's kind of the same thing.
Is ice cream a cuisine? Oh, that's what you're asking. Is
dessert
dessert a cuisine?
Like, is dessert a cuisine?
Yeah.
Where you're like, it's like because you have dessert buffets, which is an entire type of certain food at a buffet, correct?
So this is now I got to think about what cuisine.
Cuisine, best cuisine, I would say Asian.
Vegetarian.
because- I would say Asian because like sushi is always kind of cool.
Yeah,
then
but I
you got
think-
wasabi. You got wasabi. Wasabi can burn.
I think a vegetarian, a cucumber is going to be just the easiest one to use.
But are we thinking like introducing into sex like?
Just put a cucumber in her butt.
I don't think that's like insertion. It's like I think like I don't know.
What?
I would go Asian. I would go Asian cuisine.
Well, I mean that's pretty
Usually
wide.
just
You've
be
got
on-
you've got
it'd be
Indian, you've got Chinese,
Sushi,
you've got
specifically.
Japanese, Thai.
Specifically sushi is what I would go with. Just because I saw it in some movie one time.
I mean, I'd rather
Or
just eat
dessert.
the fucking sushi.
Dessert ideally would be the one.
What did I just say? I forgot already. That's what I'm going with. I started thinking about how much I want to eat some sushi right now, and I got distracted.
Robert, you don't like sushi, do you?
No, I don't.
Have you had like good sushi?
I'm not much of a seafood guy.
Yeah, we know he's out on crawfish.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, he's not even the season. Yeah, the season's back.
It's been the crawfish season for me so long. The crawfish season's turned
Ooh.
around, turned into 2 seasons.
What about Cajun cuisine? Oh, I just
No,
sprinkle,
not at all. At all.
I
That's the
I
spicy.
sprinkle a little Tony Satcheries right on her nipples.
All
What
like
about-
a one.
Spicy titties.
What about kid cuisine?
Chicken fingers?
Kind
Oh,
of, kind of pervy.
she
who are you
told me to
hanging out
use
with?
my fingers, so I fried up some chicken.
Some Lunchables.
Actually, Lunchables, those little fucking like turkey and ham,
little
those
hams
little-
on some nips.
Those little nipple-sized portions. That's actually not a bad idea. But
Go
I
eat a
just-
little
I-
box with some cheese. You got a little cheese in that box.
I don't want to bring anything
Yeah, I
involving
don't wanna talk like
children
that. I'm sorry.
into there.
That's
Yeah,
not
I'm gonna stick with vegetarian.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna go with
Asian
dessert.
cuisine.
There's a lot of phallic.
Dessert
shaped-
is an if a dessert is an option, absolutely. Dessert is the
Well,
best.
yes,
If
that's
dessert is
the-
not, then sushi / Asian cuisine.
I'm gonna stick with vegetarian just because there's a lot of phallic shaped objects that you can stick in people's butts.
Sushi, but like she's got like the wasabi's not on her.
Think about it.
You take
Cucumber
it off
doesn't
her
work
and then you
anymore.
get the wasabi.
You up your game to an eggplant.
I mean, okay.
You should probably go squash in between those.
That'd be
two
Italian.
sections.
Italian cuisine. Start with some pasta, work your way up to the eggplant.
We've got some fusion going on.
Look, I've been watching a lot of Sopranos. I know they eat eggplant all the fucking time.
Diners, drive-ins, and dive into this box.
Don't. All right, moving on. Our final question is from the beautiful, wonderful, fantastic Emma Lawler at Little M Tweets, and she says she asked me this, and I was like, no, tweet it. #PTG answers. You have to tweet it, or else I can't accept it. And so Emma went and she tweeted it. She told me this on the couch yesterday. She said, would a group of Gravy Gang members be called Gravy Gangsters, or the shortened version, Gravesters?
Gravy gangsters. Here's my problem: is the way
Gravy
this is
Gangsters
written.
I like because you're in the Gravy Gang. You're a Gravy Gang. You're part of the Gravy Gang. I don't think we call each other Gravy Gangsters. Gravy Gangsters, though, does sound dope.
I think
And also-
I think this question is written backwards. I think the plural is already Gravy Gang. We got to figure out what the shortened version of that is.
If you're a member of the Gravy Gang, are you a Gravy Gangster
Gravers.
or a Gravester?
Well, here's the thing: the
Gravester
way
sounds
the
like
way
something with a cemetery, which I don't.
this is
want.
what's fucking me up. She wrote Gravester wrong. It would just be GRAVS. She put an E between the V and the S. That's wrong. That makes
Which
it
just
like
makes me think
you're
Gravy
digging-
Gangster.
well, but also the way
Because
she
we all
wrote
want
it
to be
is
gangster. Being gangster is
Gravesters
cool.
are people that dig up graves. The way that she wrote it, that's not cool.
That's what we don't condone that. Again, just before anybody asks, we don't condone grave robbing. A big, you know what? We're the world's biggest anti-grave robbing podcast there is. All right, I'm not scared to come out and say it.
I mean, I'm with that.
Hey, all of us taking a stand against grave robbing.
Actually, sorry, I hate to say it. I don't think we can claim that because I guarantee you could give me a scenario where I'd be up for grave robbing. I know myself, and there's you can convince me of a situation
I'll
where it's okay.
I'll steal from a dead body. What do they got?
Dude, if I was
would it
homeless, I'd rob graves all the time. What do I have to lose? You're gonna put me in jail? Ooh, I get a roof and a meal. Come on.
A cot and 3 hots is what they say, right?
No, 3 hots
3
and a
hots
cot.
and a cot, something like that. I'm not a big jail guy.
So yeah,
I don't
we
like
are
being
not
in
the
jail.
most anti-grave robbing podcast
I
because
would
I
say
just
we
convinced
are.
myself.
I personally am
2/3 of
such
us
an
might be.
anti-grave robber that I think I cancel your grave rob love.
All right,
out.
let's get
And
back to
Robert
this though because
also.
I want to figure this out.
Gravy gangsters. I think we're gravy gang.
Yeah,
You can call yourself a gravy gangster, or I've always just been. I'm a member of the gravy gang.
yeah, that's what it is. It's the gravy gang. It's not gravy gangsters. It is just the gravy.
The only way out is in a box. You guys know that. Once you get I've been watching a lot of The Sopranos. Once you've been a made man, the only way out's in a box,
The only way out's in a gravy boat.
in a boat, a gravy boat.
We'll put
Pour
the
your
top on
ashes
you.
out. We'll pour your ashes out over your friend's chicken. Or we beat his brain into mashed potatoes. You never know.
Yeah, it's the
wasn't
Gravy
even that
Gang.
funny.
It's neither.
we're-
I don't know. That one just
Gravy
made me laugh.
Gangster, if we had to pick between the two. But you're a member of the Gravy Gang.
Yeah,
So there we go.
yeah. Like it doesn't have
That's
to be pluralized. Like think about La Cosa Nostra. There's no S on the end of it. That's fine. MS-13. Like you, that's a bad example.
Whoa.
But you don't have to pluralize it to be a member of something. We're just the Gravy Gang, baby.
Gravy Gang. Gravy Gang, 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 gang. I love you guys. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
And I'm grateful for all of you. We show up on your Spotify playlist at the end of the year, please tag us. Please let us know, because that means the world that you guys spend time listening to us every single week on this dumb thing where we talk about gravy gangsters or gravesters for 10 minutes. And that's just like one of the things we got way off topic on. I love all you guys. I appreciate all of your time. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate you, Pat. I appreciate you, Robert. At Pat's Great Pod, at Pat Dion, at not Pat Dion, at Robert Barbosa 03, at Alex J. Milton. Robert has a podcast called A Recent Study Suggest, at A Recent Study
Pod.
Suggest Pod. A Recent Study Pod.
A Recent Study
Check
Pod.
that out. The dog one this week blew my mind. Blew my mind a little bit. It
was a good one.
Check it out. It was, dare I say, the best one?
Ooh.
Dare I say the best podcast you
that's
put
high
out
praise.
so far?
That's high praise.
I mean, I get it. You're
I'll
trying
take
to
it.
just he's slowly working his way away from us. I get it. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for Sam. It's a great podcast.
Honestly, smart move.
Smart. I mean, it's not the worst move. It's not, because Pat's gonna get Me Too'd before too long, you know. So you might as
I'm gonna
well.
dig up a grave in 2 weeks and then I'm done.
Or he's gonna be a grave robber or whatever. But yeah, Recent Study Suggest, go check it out. iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yep.
All
Anywhere.
right. And you guys don't forget, mark your calendars, December 19th, the Pass the Gravy 7th annual Christmas Spooktacular. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be socially distanced. It's going to be fun. It's going to be at Southern Step Brewing Company. I love all of you guys. Have a great week. And don't forget to pass the gravy. Yeah. Bitches! Cyber Monday sale that's extended until December 6th. Don't forget to.
No matter what you say or what you do, when I'm alone, I'd rather be with you. Forget the mother fellers, I'll be right by your side till 3005.